Good evening, everyone. Welcome to, I feel terrible, welcome to another episode of LPALive. We are LP Alliance and Intercaucus Coalition, rebuilding the Libertarian Party and revolutionizing the liberty movement. Some of us are getting over laryngitis. One of them is me. My name is Amanda Griffiths. I am joined by my laryngitis, and unfortunately, I am joined by Kyle Davis, who is only making me sicker. In addition to having difficulty logging on to Zoom, Kyle, how are you this wonderful evening?
It is refusing to let me open Zoom from a browser window. This is
very
bizarre.
It's a conspiracy against you, Kyle, because as we learned the other night, you are a member of Antifa trying to take down the Libertarian Party from within.
That's true. I forgot. Sorry, y'all. We found out this week that I have been...
Joe, in order for Kyle to say that intro, he would need to be literate and capable of remembering lines, neither of which he is. Okay, so Phil is saying that Liberty Sentries has it live, so we can stream from him. We stream from John.
Fucking finally.
Share and
finally gave me the thing. I refuse.
I sound worse than I feel. That was not true earlier today, but I feel like I got rid of the worst of the germs orally.
Oh.
Can we not see my dying face so broadly here? Joe, my Fed check was actually sent to the wrong address. It was sent to George Soros's address because I was staying with him last week and I forgot to change it on the mailer. So
it's crazy to watch them squirm and try to cover up their own misconduct. They got nothing on the LP. We are the Parliamentary Olympics, right? So it's a little bit painful to watch these guys, and we've had to, pass some hints along, teach them how to appeal the ruling of the chair.
It's just whiskey diaper. It's just whiskey.
Here's a copy of Robert's Rules.
I will say one thing. Being on the LNC and libertarianism in general is all of our people know Robert's Rules better than anybody. So Aaron Starr out in California is giving his city commission hell right now.
Oh, yeah. Once we get in, we're unstoppable because we've been trained by fire. Like the people they send here, they give us the best training. So when we really get in, if any of us gets through,
Joe means his copy of Robert's Rules.
Rock stars.
I'm ready for you. Mr. DeCala, you will be thrilled to understand that just a few short weeks ago, I lectured our state's Public Utilities Commission on Robert's Rules. I'm deeply afraid. What have you done to me?
We created a monster.
This meeting is being recorded.
Our own parliamentarians.
Mom's being recorded.
All right. It is Sunday, October 5th at 7:34 p.m. This is Stephen DeCala, Chairman of the Libertarian National Committee, and I'm going to be calling this special monthly LNC meeting to order. Mr. Secretary, well, actually, hold on. Before we do that, no, Mr. Secretary, go ahead with roll call, please.
Mr. Bowler.
Present.
Mr. Bost.
We got to get Trindlin on someday.
That came right out of nowhere, Joe. That came right out of
nowhere. If you can watch to let people in the room, please. Mr. Bost.
I'll be available, Joe.
I only have wrong answers for you, Joe.
Present.
I'm booked already. So.
Mr. Wiley. Mr. Wiley.
Jim put the wrong date on his calendar.
Present.
Mr. Dassing. Mr. Dassing. Mr. Bracco. Mr. Bracco. Mr. Ford.
Here.
Mr. Weir.
Is that where he is,
Mr. Weir.
Like when he came up and he was just like...
Miss Hayes.
I couldn't tell.
Here.
Mr. Neville.
Here.
Present.
Meredith's here.
Mr. Lamb.
That's unusual.
It's very unusual.
Mr. Lamb.
Meh.
Mr. Martin.
Aloha.
Mr. McGee.
Present.
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson.
Where did Pat Ford go?
I am present. Mr. Nana. Mr. Nana. Mr. Hirsch,
Here.
It's
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Here.
Miss Coward,
Here.
Mr. Vinson, Mr. Vinson, Mr. Watkins, Mr. Watkins, Chair Nikela,
Phil is correct.
Present.
Austin Martin did say that he doesn't like Paul
Mr. Chair,
and doesn't like
I
Massey in the Discord this
have
morning.
What does he think they're too far left, or what?
Yes.
Okay,
12,
got it.
13 present. 13 voting members present.
Massey's
All
too far
right,
left.
we have quorum. We'll now move on to 10 minutes of public comment. Is there anybody who is being seeking to recognize at this time? Going once.
Everybody's muted unless asked or things like that.
And so I think this video is going to get marked as
Point of
adult.
personal privilege. If that
Did
happens,
you edit that?
it's a good idea for board members to
We can
try to
before it
compete for
goes
the attention of
to,
the screen and the microphone.
Yep.
I appreciate it, Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. I yield.
We only have the
I
alternate.
will say that was much more quickly removed than some previous times, so that's an improvement.
We're getting our times down.
I like that
it's
it's
not the
always that
worst thing
big.
to happen in an LNC meeting.
Is it
No,
really always
the
that
unfortunate
video?
part was
Yeah,
I was
it's
trying to
always
kill
that
the video, and as soon as I
Weird.
try to kill the video, then hovering over removing them, when they start sharing again, it changes the position. So like I'm like trying to click, like it's like whack-a-mole. I don't remember where we were. I think it was public
Poor
comment.
analogy, all
It
things
was like
considered.
I think
It was
public
definitely like
comment is
whack-a-mole.
closed, and we're moving on
Can
to
we
the
make
adoption of the
them
agenda.
a little bit quieter?
I'll make a
I'm not
comment,
able to do that
if I
right.
may.
Okay, go ahead.
Something to be on the watch for is the
Is that better for you?
tactical
That's
use
good.
of something called
Oh boy.
reactive abuse, where an abuser intentionally triggers an aggressive response in a victim by triggering their fight or flight response. Their resultant response is then pointed to as abuse or as they're the wrongdoer in order
Is
to
he about to
deflect.
claim that
This
that's
Yes.
is
what's
often
on
a
him?
strategy
So-
that can be employed
Holy
that we
shit.
should all be on the watch for, because its intentional deployment is usually a sign that somebody is not
The fact is
acting in good faith.
that you could make it look
That
like
makes sense.
anyone is the abuser and anyone is the victim, because denial of the proposition is an affirmation of the
I
proposition.
technically closed public comment, but Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Dar, we typically don't do board members speaking, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and go to the next item on the agenda, which is the adoption
I'm sorry
of the
about that
agenda.
video, Diaper. That was
The
never
chair will now
supposed to get out.
seek a motion to adopt the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move to amend the agenda to strike item 5B. Mr. Watkins, I don't believe is here. He sent an email to the list saying that he would be okay with deferring this to another meeting. I agree it is not an urgent matter, and I think it would be best deferred. I don't think it needs to be addressed, and I think it would be better to have Mr. Watkins be at the meeting since this is his item.
Point of information, Mr. Chair.
We will need to adopt and second the agenda prior. Mr.
Point of
McMahon,
information, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
It would take 2/3 to strike it from the agenda because it was a noticed thing. Otherwise, when we adopt the agenda, when that item comes up, I had planned on making a motion to table it until the next meeting on the first Sunday of November.
Sure. You can do that. I will defer to you, Mr. Secretary.
And I move to adopt the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second. I had my hand raised to be recognized prior to that for an amendment.
That is true.
Mr. Chattern, you're recognized.
I wanted to propose to amend the agenda to move new business item E to the start of new business. That would be the request for the 2-minute
Dave, we
voluntary
had it
reports.
here
I'd
too.
propose
So
that
just
occur,
letting you know.
At the beginning of that section.
Is there a second?
It wasn't even a pink flame.
I'll second that.
Second.
It was kind
All
of
right, we'll move on to discussion.
It wasn't that pink.
Would anybody like to be recognized for discussion?
You were
Mr.
clearly
Chattern,
not
would you like to
watching as closely as I
speak on
was.
that?
I mean, I would
appreciated
believe
the
that.
general request that was made, and I think that's a great proposal for us to consider doing that. I think it would be most suitable to happen at the beginning of the new business, or as early as we otherwise could fit that onto the agenda.
Anybody else who can be recognized?
Should we just have like a Chiron scrolling that lets everyone know
Going
that
once.
This is, it's Pat.
I have
I'm sorry.
laryngitis?
What started as one request from one state chair has,
I'm not serious, but I know
wouldn't say
you're actually
viral,
going to do it
but I've
now.
gotten 4 or 5 state chairs who filled in from around the country that they'd like to do it. So I just want to make sure it gets done today. I know we have a tendency to run long. Thank you.
You know who else
Mr.
had a
Martin?
tendency to run
I'll
long?
be swift.
Me.
This is a really great idea, and I totally
was such a
support
good
it.
joke.
It's really great to be able to talk to not only each other but our supporters about what's going on, what we're doing.
No one can even hear because I'm pushing 3
Totally
decibels.
think that kind of check-in is should be a norm. I really like it, and I'm implementing
was,
something
it
similar
was-
in my own board.
Arby's would have been better. We were talking more goatsy than Arby's.
All right. Does it need to be a roll call vote?
I couldn't
Well,
talk
I mean,
at
unless there's
all
objection.
on Friday
Is there any
/
objection
yesterday
to
morning.
moving item
I have
E to
laryngitis.
A in
I
new
don't know
business?
why. It's because my throat
Going
hates me
once,
right
going
now.
twice, going 3 times. It is unanimous.
I
Item
did blow a
E is
larynx.
now
Seems to have
Move
happened.
to item A, or above item A.
I know that a lot of people are
Is there,
currently
are there any further, is anybody else seeking to
cutting
recognize
their
on the
YouTube
agenda?
and coming back to try to get rid of the beginning part.
Going once, going
not
twice,
my
going
intention.
3 times. Discussion is closed. Is there any objection to the agenda?
Yes, that
as
is
amended?
exactly right, Phil.
Hearing none, agenda is adopted.
You were too busy screaming at the state.
I was too busy screaming at the
So
state.
standing item number 4 is Convention Oversight Committee report. 10 minutes. Mr. Ford, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, sir. And I will be uncharacteristically brief because I want to give Mr. McGee an opportunity
Thank
to
you.
weigh in. Forgive my voice. I was down actually with Florida men,
No
literally,
one cares.
last week. Advancing the convention in the deepest, reddest territory imaginable. Anyway, we continue. I like to describe this period. We're in the grind it out stage. What do I mean by that? Well, a good chunk of the website is up. The next priority.
Could we not talk about grinding out right
more
after that
detail and
video?
complete and up on the site. We've arrived at pricing for all of that. Now is when we need to get people to sign up for hotel rooms. We're closing in, by my calculation, about 20%. If you were to go to the calculator on the website, the host websites, it doesn't include reserved rooms, bulk rooms. So we're closing in on 20%, which means to everyone listening here, please get your rooms. We've got about 750 rooms total. We're projected to attendance of around 1,000 based on
I was screaming for a
past trends.
raise
That means
as a
and I'm looking
leftist
at DC,
infiltrator.
we'll run out towards the end. I would hate to have people have to pay market rates. It's significant difference,
Stalinists cut my
$139 a
pay.
night versus already over 200 for Memorial Day
I
weekend.
can't
next
afford a
year.
guard tower,
Okay,
which puts me
so
at
we're in the
risk.
grinded out phase. We've got commitments from actually money in house, I believe, from 14 different tables. We've got total about 80 in inventory, which we've never sold that many before. But you know, we're going out. I've got calls out and calls into all sorts of organizations. If there's someone
Oh my
that
God.
you and the
Dustin,
membership or you
we
and the
had a
board feels like
bylaw.
should
Well,
contact.
we had a
Iron
bylaws
Light, by the way,
committee
is one of
meeting
them. I'd love to
today,
get their
and
information. We had a
between
conversation
Kyle
about that in
and
our last
Chuck
meeting.
Moulton,
Uh,
I think
but
the
this is the
average
time to tell me,
speaking
'cause this is
time
the time people are
was
making their
30 minutes
schedule
per person.
for late spring. So I'm open to any and all
If you
suggestions.
total it, that's probably true.
It was
couple of
just
really
back and
interesting
forth
thoughts have
between
come up
Kyle
with
and Chuck Moulton.
things to do. We're still looking at what kind of major event we're going to have on Saturday night. I think one of the fun aspects is to have a free speech kind of rant area where people will be asked to donate a few dollars. It'll be running all day, every day.
Wait, you're
where
going to
people
ask
can
people to
get up
donate
and,
money to
well, hopefully not in
have
a
free speech?
personally
said.
insulting manner, but let's just say, but aggressive free
I
speech on any
don't-
one of a number of geopolitical or national issues.
I think
You know,
but you
issues
can do
like
that
that, we're
anyway
going to have a
for
lot of fun
everyone.
with.
Look,
So
This
I
is
would
as
pay
loud. This is as
$10.
loud as I can
Tonight
be.
it's going to be
You
on
can
what we're
already
going to
do
do for
that for free.
2028. Now that
I
we've
would pay
agreed that we're going
$10
to
if they
have
will
a
announce it
February
over
President's Day
the
weekend convention
speakers in Grand
and
Rapids
the
that
process
Pat Ford is a
that's
flaccid
going to
sack
encompass.
of
I'm
shit.
just going to say this. Mr. McGee's been all over this. A number of cities and towns, municipal libertarian
I
groups
couldn't
have reached
remember
out
whether
saying
you were there,
they want
Dustin.
to have the convention at their
My fever was
hometown.
breaking.
And I will tell you that the people in Tennessee have been particularly aggressive
And Kyle and
at
Chuck
getting
made it
information to us. But there
significantly
is a
worse.
form, there is a format. Reach out to me or Mr. McGee.
Bullshit.
And
Kyle made me
let
puke.
us know so that we can get you paperwork.
We had to adjourn early.
I
'cause
want to
Kyle made me
stress
puke.
this, and I want to be
He
positive about
agreed with
this.
me, so Chuck made her.
We can't have people just calling
It's
up
true,
and saying, hey, listen,
but
I
Chuck
live in
is not here to
Tuscaloosa.
defend himself.
Tuscaloosa is a wonderful
So,
place. That's where we need to have
you.
our convention. And we're not
Fine.
picking out Tuscaloosa, by the way. All right, but that isn't good enough. We need you to actively engage
I
with your
agree with
convention
Jake
visitors
Porter.
bureaus and get them the paperwork and information so that we can make a rational decision. So it's just, this isn't a suggestion box.
We're
This is a
16
working
minutes into
project
this.
with a lot of details. And on a final note, if you go to the convention website, you'll see for the first time ever, we've got a text helpline that we put up for people who have concerns or issues or confusion or chaos. Now, I'm going to drop the secret. That goes to one of my 5 cell phones. Okay. And a number of Weisenheimers, that's what my nuns would have called them, have already called to see and just text me help. And I'll get back to everybody. And one person in particular was stunned that I called them back. And then I think he had a stretch for a legitimate
Hell,
question,
Dr. Moulton,
which is
indeed,
fine. It's all a
Dustin.
good story.
Hell.
But we
I
have a text line
appreciate the
set up. It's on the
typo.
website.
All right,
If you
everyone.
have questions or
We
confusion,
all need Smoker
call us.
Boys
Let
to
us know.
stand in
We're trying to
solidarity
get
with Amanda.
everybody there.
I
So I'm
don't
gonna
sound
turn
like
it
a
over to
smoker.
Mr. Good.
I've gotten a lot of
And,
RFK Jr.
have at it, buddy.
comparisons, though.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ford, for that introduction. Mr. Ford is
This
very
is
much
significantly
correct.
better than it was yesterday. I will say
My
that.
primary
Kyle can attest
focus
to that too.
Yesterday was
prior to
blitzed.
finalizing the RFP
I
and
was still whispering at
because
you all
of
day on the phone.
because we
Very
finally
angrily.
agreed on a date that's set to go out. Prior to putting the RFP together, I worked on a brief study, brief, that's a little tongue-in-cheek, of different areas that would be ideal based on domestic flight prices to and from a destination, average hotel prices, event fees,
Now,
resort
Dustin,
fees.
I think you got it
and
right.
came up with a list of the
I
top
think you got it right.
15 locations that would be ideal. And I plan on focusing on personally sending out RFPs to hotels in those areas. That said,
Joe, if you're eating at the hotel
at the
buffet,
end of the
I will
day,
definitely
the
pay you to
focus
put a
here
shirt on
is
very
on
quickly.
getting the best value proposition.
I will pay whatever she
And
pays
I understand
plus
again,
$1 to leave the shirt
there are a
off.
number of
No,
states like
please don't do
Tennessee and
that.
Texas that are really on the ball right now and would really like to have it there. And so as soon as this meeting closes, I will be posting the RFP to the public list and encourage everyone who wants
Well played, Phil.
wants to have the 2028 convention in their hometown to send the RFP to whomever they think will put it in a bid. Because at the end of the day,
That was the most painful laugh you ever made.
we
me
really
endure,
want the
Phil.
best value proposition
you to
for
know
the
that.
2028 convention. So that's all I have.
All right.
Actually,
Are there
Phil,
any questions from the body?
Fun fact, Kronstadt seceded from Russia, from the SFSR. So technically you
Going
wouldn't
once,
have a Russian from
going-
Kronstadt.
If I could just throw one more very quick point in.
I'm
We've,
just saying you wouldn't have a Russian from Kronstadt at the
we've
time
established,
because
and
it's
you should
seceded.
be seeing information about going out about this.
As of
A
right
series
now,
of,
Chuck, I can outbid
classes
Kyle
with the leadership
because I have a
institute,
job.
Spearheaded by Nathan Fatal. A lot of us are familiar with him and his work. Those will be Saturday morning and Sunday morning before the session opens. And number
It's
two,
historically correct.
we're going to be having another track, and it's going to be on Saturday and Sunday right before lunch. Or as I say, during lunch. The important thing about this training is it's not your sort of run-of-the-mill campaign training. There's been an awful lot of good efforts put out for that type of training over the years. I think the one that I'm more interested in, and
He's
please
still talking.
go to the website,
He
and
is
you'll
still
start to see this stuff
talking.
appear
He
over the
is
next
still
day or so,
talking.
is going to be
It has been
what I
4 more
call
minutes since the last time I kicked in
guaranteeing
anything you were saying.
volunteers. We will spend a 2-day track, total of 3
I
hours
feel
in
like I should
classroom.
keep this voice. I feel like it's a good,
pretty
sexy voice
aggressive
for me.
Training on,
It's like
on
low and
why
husky,
people
right?
volunteer, how to get them to volunteer, how to
Low
track
and
their
husky?
progress, how to assign
It's a
them
good
to work that
sexy
they
voice,
love,
right? That's what
all
men
the
like
things
in a
necessary to keep
female voice.
volunteers. So it was my highlight for the week. That would be
I
it, to
do
tell
like
folks
low
that
husky female
this
voices.
training
It's
is
true.
aggressively priced.
Going to solicit input from
includes a
the
meal,
chat as
so
to whether
folks
I
can
should
get up
keep
or go
this
out to
voice
lunch.
as my
It's,
sexy
apart
voice.
from convention business.
It's true.
So, and it's a type of course where we could literally have a few hundred people signed up for each. And that's how aggressively I want to promote this. We're going to be asking the convention, forgive me, my voice is shot. Briefly,
I
we're
wish
gonna
your
be
voice
asking
was
folks
shot.
to
You
work
buy
about
inside
sending out
shit.
the
I
letter
will
to,
trade voices
state
with you
chairs
any day.
so that they can
Actually, just
sponsor some of
today,
their people
within
go
the
through
next
training.
48 to 78
So
hours, I will gladly trade
going to
voices.
be pretty unique, and I think it's going to be pretty
Joe,
special.
I don't
so
like
encourage
Pat Ford's
everyone to
voice,
look
but
at
here we are.
that. Thank you.
Pat Ford's
Do you
like,
ever-
a whole new world.
Do you
you,
ever
Mr.
like
Ford.
my voice, Joe?
All right.
Marge Simpson's sister.
All right. Barring any questions,
the gay one or the one that can never get a date successfully?
Previous notice. And item A is request for 2-minute voluntary report from each member. So I'll allow members to raise their hand from the board, and when called upon, I'll set a timer for 2 minutes. You can give your report. So I'll go quick. First, it's been a while since I've given the last chair report in Grand Rapids. I guess I'll start with the finances.
Wait, point of order, Steve. I think that's not
Yeah.
what this is.
Is that not what this is? I thought this was everybody.
Diaper. I have learned. Like I
think
had learned
it's a
how to.
request to
This is
actually
better
implement this
than
in
it
the
was
future.
yesterday.
No, it's not.
So like
Oh,
I
I'm
couldn't
not-
talk
oh, I'm
at all
sorry.
on Saturday.
It is
There
to give reports.
was no volume
my
coming
apologies,
out
I'm
of my
sorry.
mouth.
No worries. So real quick on the financial front and fundraising.
Patty or Selma
Archimedes 2.0, aka the
Bouvier.
Parity Project, which is being spearheaded in large part by staff, Perry Willis, Anna Kennedy, Matt Hudson, the whole
Yeah, I
staff
went
has basically
to
cleared their
Molotov cocktail hour
schedules
last
to
night too.
focus primarily on this project.
Because I'm
We
dedicated.
started off with a few targeted mailers. This is actually pre-Parity Project. We spent about $3,800 on mailers. We made $40,000 in return. We sent out another mailer that's going out soon. And once that goes out, we're going to start the Parity Project officially. We partnered with a company called Ironlight. They're very, very good. We actually just hired them to clean up our data, which has been messed up for years.
There's
So
not
we're
actually
finally
anything
getting
wrong with
professional
Ironlight for the
company to
record.
come in
They're
and
just kind of a
sweep up our
competitor.
data.
So
We have about 1 million
That's a
data
personal
points, 1
thing,
million
not an LPA
records.
thing.
A lot of it's duped. It's not usable. We only send our emails out to about 15,000 people.
Just imagine how many more
We're gonna be
donations
cleaning
and
up that
members you
entire
would
list.
get,
So if we get
Stephen, if you started
150,000,
soliciting
200,000, 500,000,
attention
we're going
from
to 10,
people
20, 30,
outside
40,
the party.
50x our actual usable
I just thought
membership
you were going to ask
database
if he'd
and
started
our
an
CRM, which
OnlyFans.
is very, very
I
important.
don't want
And we'll be
Stevens
able to start actually
OnlyFans.
targeting
We've already
those
talked
members.
about this. We're gonna have the thick
Stage
libertarians
2 is
OnlyFans.
renting the 700,000 registered libertarians that we know
What's her name,
nationwide
Dustin?
in the 33 states that have voter registration, using their
I will
information
gladly
to essentially
produce thick
target them for the
libertarians.
Parity Project. So they're going to be getting emails, texts,
That sounds
Facebook
great.
ads, Instagram ads, Google AdSense,
It's gonna be
etc.
nothing but
with this
me
Parity
and Phil
Project, which
every
is
month.
the project to be at parity with Republicans and Democrats in terms of fundraising, membership, and visibility within the next 10 years. So I'm very excited about it.
Joe, I will
That was a
take
part
all
of our
Pat
pitch
Ford's
in the
speeches and turn them
newsletter.
into
It's made us a lot
emails
of
so
money.
that you can get emails from the LP.
Wow, I'm almost out of
I
time.
think that's gonna
Other
be
than
too
that,
big
I'll
for an
just say
email.
really briefly, I was able to
Those
get a
emails
lot
have
of
a max
earned
attachment
media,
size.
I will
especially after the
turn
whole
all
Elon
of my
Musk
torch
thing.
articles into an email.
Got to talk to Axios,
And then your
Daily
computer
Mail.
will explode.
I spoke with Nigel Farage on his show in the UK. I spoke with Bill O'Reilly. I spoke with CNN. Just a lot of different media outlets. It was very, very exciting. And we had a really cool X Space a couple weeks ago with Maj Touré and Eric.
With
And
the
that was
with
really
the
cool. We're gonna
race
hopefully do more of those,
realist,
but
you had an
that's
X
kind of my 2
space
minutes.
with
I'll
a
leave it
race
there,
realist.
and we'll go next to Mr. Martin and then Mr. Dar. Mr. Martin, go ahead.
Look, sometimes the time
Hey
with
there,
the video
guys.
game
How
thing
we
is better
doing?
than being a girl.
So I have a few things. I'll try to rattle through what I can. I've definitely been doing some work on implementing Project Overwatch, and we've got the affiliate support committee that has adopted it as its new home, so that's great. We'll be focusing on recruiting some talent and moving things forward that way. I've arranged meetings with legislators for Defend the Guard, especially in Hawaii, and it looks like it's going to pass, so we're really excited about that. I've arranged support for other legislative activism in Region 1, and we have Region 1
In
states
between
that are gearing
tweeting
up
about
for some
killing
pretty cool
socialists.
legislative fights.
It's amazing. Where does he find the time?
New Mexico for one of those. We definitely are going
Can we make an Austin Martin's ukulele sock account?
Kind of other activists.
Can LPA get on that, please? Can we just have
not just doing public
Austin Martin's
testimonies, but
ukulele?
actually convincing the decision makers to change their minds when you can identify them anyway. Represented the LNC in multiple testimonies before the Hawaii Elections Commission, righting a previous wrong, and we are moving ahead with that. We're really excited. Those are available on YouTube. I'll probably get some clips and go ahead and publish those out as well. So there's a lot of support for us on that. We have a lot of very happy constituents on that front. Let's see, we have ongoing conversations and support for our Region 1 states. There's definitely a lot of division and frustration in the party right now. So we're trying to
It's mostly just from you.
And
in fact,
definitely been working with the state chairs who want it. we've been helping the New Mexico chair, of course, with the situation over the last few weeks, which is really quite
Maybe Austin Martin gave me laryngitis.
and,
Maybe he was
you
trying to
guys
kill
are
me.
Why was
aware
Austin
we
in your
stopped
throat?
the attempted overthrow, national
I'm
coordinated
like, maybe he
overthrow of
like
Hawaii affiliate of
cast a magic ukulele spell.
And yeah, we're investigating.
We should be playing the
and,
LNC drinking game
dealing
tonight.
with corruption kind of on all levels.
That
and
might feel
moving
better
forward
on my throat.
having a better LP,
But it would
and
make
a
my immune
better,
system even
cleaner
worse.
Political environment for us to operate in, and so.
What is the most chat? What is the most
much
communist musical
For 2
instrument?
minutes.
I will take your arguments.
Next is Mr.
Most
Dar.
communist?
Yes.
Voice.
All right. So,
How?
like the
We
chair
need to
said,
argue it.
Project
I really
Archimedes,
don't.
aka the Parody Project, has been beginning to launch there. We did get a max donation towards that and other fundraising opportunities. Many meetings and working with people to pare things down to get it where we needed to get it to this point. It took a lot of sweat and tears to get it there. Let me see. Previously, I was
We did
averaging
get the
3 to 4
pineapple just
daily meetings
scratched
for the
up
party
my larynx.
between
It's just nothing but
different
cuts.
committees and different staff meetings and just fixing different things there. I'm trying
like
to drop
Phil's
it down
answer.
to an average of 2 meetings per day just to make it more manageable for my family. I've called in excess of 1,000 people. I do at least 100 calls a month on behalf of the party there, calling different people, leaving messages there. So that's just what I'm working through there.
State,
I
make your
also
case.
am able to. I was also able to recruit a new commission-based fundraiser. I'll be following up and helping to mentor this person in the future, and anyone that needs
My
help
reasoning now
working on
is
that.
that
I've been
dogs say gob
doing
gob, and
that
that's a
for
voice.
a little bit there.
Russian
dogs
do indeed
I've
say
also
gob
been
gob.
working on the December LNC meeting. We got
I do
different,
like the
bids there.
that
review
each
it. I believe we
LNC
brought it
member
down
kind of
to one.
reporting
Just
on their
need to get down some of the
activities.
details.
I
do
think
have
that
2
committees should do
speakers
this as
already
well at
lined
every
up
meeting.
for that.
And I would like
Mike
for
Sertet from the
caucuses of
Advocates for
a certain
Self-Government
size,
and Dr.
I
Mary
would call them
Ruhr.
affiliate caucuses, to be able
Let me
to
see. Also, we have the
speak at
LNC
LNC
bylaws.
meetings
This is
as
one of those
well,
meetings that I've been
monthly.
doing. We do have a public list at Google's.
We've discussed
That's
this in
a
previous
Google public
solidarity
list. If you
streams.
just go to the normal
I think it's
URL, LNC
causes and
bylaws
caucuses. If you want to
committee,
hear more
we'll
about
get you to
that,
that list
see
and you
the
can
causes
find
and
where you can
caucuses
see our meetings and all
solidarity
that.
stream.
And we got lifetime pins out, though there were some issues with mailings going with that, and staff will be working on that. Otherwise, I just a lot of things. If you ever get a message from me, I do go on to the staff call.
There should be a time limit. I would say longer than a minute.
At least one of them a day, but I don't always reach that. But so I get an average of a minimum of 3 a week. And so if you get random messages from me about stuff to contact Hannah, it is stuff that she's brought up in those meetings. I think that's around my 2 minutes there. So
Joe,
thank
you
you
just
all.
need to watch
You
your
can
causes and
also
caucuses stream,
get
which
this
you
all-
wimped
I
out
have
on
a
because you
newsletter
knew that you were
called
going to be wrong on that stream.
dar.org/newsletter, where I put all this in a report
Pat
every
Ford
month,
gets negative
and I
3
do a members
minutes.
meeting at the beginning of the month. That's also
Pat
listed there.
Ford gets no
That's
time.
it.
Thank you, Mr. Dar. Next up is Mr. Chatterton. Then Mr. Ford, Mr. Chatterton.
Thanks very much. I've been up to a lot recently.
Andrew's
We've
gonna
been
get
doing some really great efforts in Michigan,
average
trying
of
to
3
work
words
on
per
some
minute
coalition
out.
activism, particularly around the Bitcoin crowd.
Oh
It's
my
been a little
fucking
bit
God.
since this happened, but one of the cooler events that was done was getting out to our state capitol and doing some legislative activism. There was with a group that we went around and then I think met with the offices of around 15 different state legislators in one day, and then held a offsite barbecue from their office building where
It
we
shouldn't
had
just
about
be them
5
talking about what they
different
did, though,
legislators
like
in
as
attendance. With that,
individual
I can't take
members.
direct credit for
As a
that event or
caucus, you can
anything
talk
putting
about
that
what you
together,
did.
but
You can
I
give
participated
commentary
along
on
with
the
that
state of the
and was very
party.
inspired by it and trying to work closer with
Written
the people who
reports are
did
good.
put that on. Additionally, I think one of the more important things that I've been doing is working, as Mr. Martin alluded to support our state affiliates in the region, particularly New Mexico. I think it's really critical that we are.
I like Chuck's
working
idea,
with
but the
and
problem is that he
protecting
supports
our
regional agreements
recognized
and he
affiliate
supports having
there.
regions.
We invested
I
over
can't abide by that.
$50,000 into fight for their ballot access last election cycle, and at this time, the state has not honored that, successfully acquired ballot access. So it's really important that we stand with them and help them secure that victory. Additionally, they're fighting against legislation in their state in which they are trying to have a proposal that puts forward changes that will attack parental rights as well as medical autonomy, potentially forcing medical treatments on children around the state through a large fund there. And hopefully we can help them take care of some of their other issues that they've got going on there, so that they can focus their resources
And most
and efforts as a
importantly,
state
activism
towards,
and advocacy, Joe.
fighting those meaningful battles at the state level, where it's really critical. I
Look,
think
Dustin, I'm just saying that I don't think that we should have regions.
And make sure that they
And
have the
Chuck
support they
apparently
need,
disagrees.
as I think they're under attack by some subversive interests that are Democrat aligned, and potentially some sympathizers around that in the party. So I think it's really critical, and I hope we can see a successful outcome to the business
I am
from
a
tonight's
proud
agenda for
subversive.
that, to make sure that we can keep our state affiliates supported and able to keep fighting the critical battles
Rose
of things
is
like
exactly
legislation
correct.
and ballot access.
They're supporting the
to be
new
able to
Mexico
operate
affiliate by
as a
causing the attorney to
political party
withdraw
and
his
get that
offer
work done.
pro bono
So aside
representation
from that,
in the ballot access
I just
fight.
hope we can continue to fight for ethical, honest action as a board, and move things along productively and cohesively as a party, as opposed to some of the things we've seen. Thanks.
Next is Mr. Ford.
First of all, thank you everyone for having clearly put a lot of time
We
into
already
this.
talked.
I appreciate that.
Steven!
Well,
God,
as you can
he's
imagine,
just ahead.
the measure takes up most of
He's
my
just
work
ahead.
day. But let me run through a list of things we did this month, and we hope to replicate next month. I testified with members of the Massachusetts Libertarian Party at a Massachusetts Joint House-Senate hearing on military
It's gonna
affairs
take all night.
in support of Defend the Guard at the Massachusetts State House. Everybody was on their A game. We were in person and remote, depending on geography. We left with new friends. We actually, all of us got additional questioning from the staff and committee members, senators and legislators.
Don't encourage
And
their
all in all,
clapping
we walked away
emojis.
looking like pros. And it was just,
Whoever
actually, I'll
sent
tell you,
that
it was
straight
one
to
of my
your lap.
proudest moments in my entire time at the Libertarian Party. And I salute Mr.
Yeah.
Kennedy and Mr. Brand and the entire team there for doing that. I was a guest speaker at the Libertarian Party affiliates of Orange, Dutchess, Ulster,
I love it,
Westchester,
Dustin.
Putnam, and Columbia counties in support of our national convention. I attended the Libertarian Party of Maine annual picnic, spoke in support of affiliate independence,
I
as well
don't
as the
care
national
the
convention.
things that they
I
did as
spoke at the annual
individual
Day of
members.
Peace at
That's
the
not
Rhode
what we
Island
should be
State
talking
House
about. This
as
should
guest
not be a pat
sponsors
yourself
the
on the
Working
back
Families
session.
Party
This should
and
be
the Party for
what is the
Social
state of the
Liberation,
party?
as well
What
as
should
other
we be
several other
looking
local
toward within
activist
the
groups.
next month
And
or
of
2
course, I
months?
spoke about the Defend the
We've
Guard
gotten in the
legislation
last
as a
year
way
of the
meeting
things.
their
We're all
end,
trying to
which
get
of
reading.
course is the industrial war state.
I know,
I
but
spoke in
like
front of the Rhode Island Transportation
this should not be
Authority.
relevant. This should not
Board,
be the kind
chronic
of thing that you
corporatism
talk about at
draining
reports.
from the support of
What
public
did your
resources,
committees do? What were the
instead
decisions of
to
the
various
committees?
pet
I don't care
projects
how
of
many
theirs. I also got
picnics
to
you
learn from
attended,
them,
sir. Clearly, you
Mr.
attended
Nicola,
several.
on all the
Like, I
benefits
don't.
of actually following Robert's Rules of Order. A project that we've going on that I think the Libertarians will love. Last year, myself and other groups got together and we actually engaged in a semi-hostile takeover of
You
the Providence
attended
City Council
a
chambers and turned
jack-o'-lantern
it into a homeless
impersonation
shelter.
contest.
This year, what we're doing is we're organizing ahead of time with area churches and certain political groups to actually create that same environment where we have control. I'm doing it right now. I coordinated 10 to 12 deliveries of bulk water to homeless encampments, meal kitchens, and food pantries
Should be a
around Rhode
time for
Island every
pitching
month.
initiatives, talking about decisions of
Got hot here all of a
committees,
sudden. Holy cow.
talking about how the
I
party
met with
is
the
doing
Working
as a
Party's
whole.
family
What should
to
we be
discuss our
working toward?
legislation to reform party
Policy
formation laws. I
initiatives,
met with the Secretary of State and the
things
House
that we should be
Speaker, already
focusing
the same
on.
legislation. I
Caucus
also
reports
served
as
as
to
chair
what
of
the
the Libertarian Party
caucuses
of Rhode
did,
Island.
how
We
much
engaged
money
in
they
complete
raised.
rework of our CRM, as well as having a
A judge that blocked
positive,
Trump
open to all,
yesterday, Stephen
regardless of your
Miller
political,
publicly
ethnic,
attacked,
religious
and today her house has been burned
economic
down
background, a free
after
speech
an apparent
event
explosion.
I heard about
in
that.
early November,
Jesus.
which we'll have, and we'll be certain to send you pictures. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. Next is Mr. Redpath.
Yes, just want to say that the Arkansas petition drive will be done probably in a couple of weeks. I'm not exactly sure when they'll do. There are about 11,600 gross signatures. They need 10,000 net. They think that through paid and volunteer, there'll be close to 13,000 gross signatures in a couple of weeks.
Don't talk just
based
about
on
what
the
you
validity rate
talk
check.
about
That should
opportunities for
be
members
enough,
to get
but
involved
they're going
with
to be
things. What
ultra
have
careful,
members
make sure
done?
they only get one turn in.
What
And
should
so
members
they
be
wanna make
doing,
sure
and
that
how
works.
do they do that?
The other thing is I am working with the Maryland LP treasurer to put together a plan for an ask for LNC financial help for the Maryland petition drive. They have a fair amount of money there, but not enough to complete the drive. I'm going to be working on a plan, and that will be forthcoming shortly for consideration to make sure that there are sufficient resources to successfully complete the Maryland LP drive, and that's it.
Next is Mr. Buller.
Yes, I'll be brief. I have been attending the IS committee meetings, the historical preservation committee meetings. I've been working on the direct mod
Members
funds
do not
to
care about what
feature
you
that we
did. They
voted
care
on at
about
a
what
previous
they
meeting
can
to
do.
implement on our donation page. Currently, it's in staging.
This is
and
exactly the
just needs
wrong
be
way to go about
tested,
doing this.
and then hooked up with the treasury side of things. But from the technical standpoint, it's pretty good and ready to go. Thank you.
Kyle, do you want to share that with the class?
Is Miss?
I'm just calling Amanda mad in the chat.
Mr. Thompson and then Miss Cowart. Mr. Thompson.
This should. I don't believe in having LNC member pat yourself on the back session. I
agree with you.
And some I'm sorry, some state and local affiliates with their messaging, marketing, design, some print materials. I'm trying to form some new local affiliates and reach out to new members. I try to respond to anyone that reaches out to me, and I am desperately
So
desperately
Joe,
trying
in
to
the
get
first
new people
place,
involved in the
members need
party.
to know how they can get involved in that. Secondly, things
you,
should
Ms.
be
Cowart.
even more tangible. Ballot access is one of many ways, and it is not the most engaging, and it's not one that has a lot of retention.
Employee Policy and Compensation Committee, and then as well as the Financial Standards Committee. So for the EPCC, that's pretty much going fairly well oiled at this point. So that is myself, Mr. Watkins, and Mr. Bost. We are tracking all of the contracts for all of our contractors and staff, making sure that we have current ones on file, and whenever we have a contract that is coming due, making sure that we're working proactively with Ms. Hannah Kennedy, our executive director, to make sure that we always have the latest and greatest on file. So we have reviewed a few contracts, including a new contract fundraiser that Mr. Dar referenced, and then as well as some new contracts for existing contractors that had come up to expiration. So getting those re-upped. So everything is going well there. With the EPCC, kind of the next thing is working on.
It can't just be ballot access, Joe.
Q4
Like, it really
annual
can't. That is
performance review.
one of the
So
most.
kind of walking that line there. Definitely don't
When
want
you're
to
doing a
get
ballot
into
access
the staff
initiative,
lane.
you
I
don't
mean,
matter
we
as an
want Hannah
individual
to
member.
manage
You're
her
just
staff,
there
but
to
there
do grunt
is
work.
a item
When
in
you're
our
actually
EPCC policy
organizing and
manual that says that
agitating,
we will,
then your
you know,
voice
kind of work
matters.
to identify what
And
that
as
process is going to
libertarians,
look like as
we
far
should
as what
be
those
setting
annual
up more
performance
opportunities
reviews
for
will look
that.
like. So we have asked Hannah to kind of put that together as far as what she envisions, and then we'll kind of workshop it from there. So more to come on that. But again, EPCC is really just aiming to kind of support staff there and not be prescriptive in how that works. Obviously, that's Hannah's bag. As far as the Financial Standards Committee goes, we are still ramping up. We have a draft going of a policy manual for the Financial Standards Committee with items such as, you know, how do we approve expenditures? Does it, you know, take all three of us? Does it take two of us? Just things like that. We do have a new expenditure request form that has been shared with staff. Hannah's used it for the first time. I need to make sure that once we finalize that, we get that to Mr. Ford, certainly for the convention committee, but Hannah has it for staff, and then we'll need to get it to Mr. McMahon as well, so that can be shared with the LNC. But policy manual for the FSC is still in progress. That being said, we have actually approved a couple of expenditures. Chair Nikayla mentioned the Iron Light effort that's going on right now. So that was an expenditure that was approved by the FSC, as well as round 2 of the mailers. So Mr. Nikayla mentioned that we had, what was it, like $3,600 or something like that, that we had approved for the first one, and ended up getting, you know, $30,000-$40,000 ROI on that. So based on the really good performance of that initial one, FSC went ahead and approved to roll the dice on the $6,500 investment on a second round of that. And so we're very anxious to see how that goes. So nothing more on the horizon right now from an FSC perspective. But then again, Mr. Ford, please keep us aware of any expenses. If there's going to be any kind of like AV stuff coming from a convention perspective, that we make sure that we fast track those things and get that in front of the FSC. Other than that, just at a state level, as far as the affiliates, obviously I'm vice chair of LP Texas, so a lot of the work that I do is Texas related. So I've written a couple of op-eds. So I wrote an op-ed for the Houston Chronicle regarding the Texas redistricting effort.
How does this
that
empower
the Republicans
members?
pulled off at the legislative session that just ended.
How does this allow members to get more active?
Another op-ed. They actually reach out to me now to write op-eds
part of it
rather
is
than me
that
pitching
we
them. So
think of
that's been
LNC
kind of
meetings
nice.
as meetings only for the LNC
But
and
about
not for the people.
the ICE raids that have
Which
been
is
happening.
wrong.
So
Which is
hopefully we'll
wrong.
get
Phil,
a
would you
little
like
bit more
my voice to be
publication
doing a
there.
Twitter
And then
space?
actually just
My
this
sexy
weekend, I
voice.
just got home today from I was at a
We can
rally
do a
at the
space.
Texas Capitol yesterday for a rally for a gentleman who is scheduled to be
Heartland.
executed on October 16th of this month. So we were rallying for the life of Robert Robertson.
And then
He
are there
is,
further rallies?
it
Robert
was not
Robertson
just
has a big
you know,
case,
we
too.
are
Yes.
against the
So
death penalty.
how can
though
people get
certainly
involved
LP
with that?
Texas calls for the abolishment of the death penalty. In this case, this man is absolutely
Abolition.
innocent. So this is something the LP Texas Executive Committee voted on late last year.
I
and
like
we've
the
been,
committee
very
reports too,
involved in
Joe.
this
I
case.
do
So
think that they can be
I think that's all the news that's fit to
written
print
and
for right now.
circulated ahead of time.
All right. Thank you very much,
But
Jesse.
I agree with you.
Next is Ms. Hayes, and then Mr. McKee. Ms. Hayes.
The causes and
Hi, so
activism
we have a
committee that we
couple,
want to set up
interesting
will
things
be
going on in
critical
California,
in terms of
specifically,
their reports.
these two interesting lawsuits. We've got one that we filed challenging the voter roll maintenance, essentially through some.
Since I'm not a collectivist,
review,
I
we
don't
learned
believe
that
that the
there
candidate
was-
is the party.
I forget what the numbers are, but it's something crazy. Like 21 counties in the state only removed like 5 people from their voter roll registrations last year, and there was a couple, I think maybe.
And I don't
maybe I'm
believe that
getting
the party
5
exists
wrong,
to
but
serve
I
the
think there was
candidate,
5
because
that
that's how you
removed
get
nobody
Trump.
from their voter roll. So we have that lawsuit going on. Judicial Watch helped us bring that. Now they were dismissed from the lawsuit due to lack of standing, but LPCA is still involved, and that's going forward. We also have a lawsuit challenging the top 2 jungle primary process. That's going to case management in October. An interesting thing happened, though. There was a hearing a couple of months ago where whomever was arguing for the Secretary of State said something like, well, the libertarians don't really have a presence here in California. And all the members of the LPCA who had shown up to the hearing were there. And the judge was like, it looks like they've got a presence based on what we see here. So that was really cool. We have a new chair, Mr.
It's
Lorne
actually
Dean,
not,
great
Joe. We've
guy.
talked about this a
Been
lot,
getting him up to
and you and I
speed.
have as
And
well. When you look at the
believe
history of
the
successful
ex-con
political
California was
parties,
recently able
none
to
of
get
them
out,
have just run
candidate
candidates,
mailers for the
and
first
candidates have
time
always
in
been a means to an
many
end.
years.
If
And
you want
apparently
a
that's
political
yielded
party
some
that
nice
only exists
results.
for the candidate, you want the
Other than
GOP
that,
with
I don't
Donald
really
Trump.
have much
That's what they
report,
become.
but thank you, everyone.
When candidates become,
Thank you, Ms.
when
Hayes.
parties
Next
become
is
just
Mr.
about the
McKee.
candidates, you see the Progressive
I'm gonna
Party
keep
with
this very
LaFollette,
brief.
and you see the GOP with Donald
As I've
Trump.
already basically regaled everyone about my activities on the Convention Oversight Committee regarding the 2028 convention. What I will say is that in the past month, I've authored my 6th LNC respondent brief. That's got to be a
It is the
record.
purpose of a non-ideological political party,
It
which
has
is why
prompted
you
much
see
wailing
our
and
major
gnashing of
parties are
teeth,
not
but,
ideological
that's neither here nor there.
and just sort of,
that's all I have to report.
roll with what lobbyists want.
Thank you, Mr. McKee. Mr. Ford and Ms. Hayes, you have your hands up. Mr. Ford.
Yeah, Ms. Howard, that sounds amazing. We would love to see your op-eds. I would love to share them if you'll allow me in my little media wannabe empire. But we often forget in the Libertarian Party that there are portions of this country where the death penalty is very real and is actually emerging again from the hell it should belong in. So congratulations for that. And I'd love to see that. Thank you.
Ms. Hayes?
Sorry, I just realized I forgot to mention something real quick that I think might be helpful for other states, counties, or
Joe,
whatever.
when a
If
party
you don't do
exists
this
for the
already,
candidate,
but my
you get
county
Trump.
party,
You absolutely get
has
Trump.
been
You get a
having some
non-ideological
sort of
party.
joint
You get
meetings
what
and
McCardle and
commiserations
co.
with the
tried to
Taxpayers
make this party
Association of our
into,
county.
existing
And one of
just
our
for
members,
getting a
Mark
candidate
Jaffe,
to
is
win.
actually responsible for getting a bunch of
You
bond
remove
measures to
I
fail.
am
The Taxpayers
very
Association
confused
people are very, very
by
helpful
when I
and well
talk about
organized.
activism,
So
you
I
somehow
think they're
seem
a
to
good
always
ally.
divert
If you
to
have something
I am
like that
saying
in your
remove
state or
candidates.
county,
I don't know
I
whether
think
this is a
you should
trauma
be
response for
trying to
you,
reach
because
meetings with
every
them
time
because
anyone
they're
else
a
has talked
good
about activism
partner.
recently, they have wanted to extinguish candidates. I've never said that.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Usually act like
Mr.
I'm
McMahon,
saying
do you want to be
don't care
recognized?
about candidates.
Yeah, just
I've never
point
said
of,
that. But the
personal
candidate
privilege.
exists
Mr.
to serve the
Chatterton, I
party
sent you an
and the
email
ideas
just a
and the
few minutes
purposes
ago.
and
If
the
you could take a
principles
look
of the
at
party.
it and let me know.
The political party that you are describing that only exists to serve the candidate is not unique. It is only the candidate. And then the political party dies with the candidate.
Just response via email if you can.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for the reports. I think that was really good, actually. So something to consider for the future. All right. So next up is discussion with Mr. Michael Pickens on candidate support. I believe Mr. Pickens is here in the audience. He reached out to me a few weeks ago. He's got some things I want him to present us with on the topic of candidate support and things that may be useful for us as a body. So, Mr.
That's what
Pickens,
you're
if you're
saying.
here, I'll let you take the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any way I can
If
share
you
my
just
screen?
want the party to be about the candidate, I'm
Post
sorry,
disabled
that is a
screen
collectivistic
sharing.
mentality. That the party only exists to
reason,
get
no.
a candidate elected, no matter who the
absolutely.
candidate is.
I've never
The
seen
candidate is a
anything like
steward
that
of the
in my
ideas
life,
of the
so-
party.
There you go.
Anything else is a major
I'm
party
sorry
idea.
for everyone that has dealt
And
with
this
that
is
in
how
the
you get
past.
people in major parties
So for
continuing
those
to
of you who
perpetuate
don't
the
know
status
me,
quo.
I see a lot of familiar
You want to
faces.
move to the
It's good to see
GOP, you want to
everyone
move
again.
to the Democratic
I've written
Party,
a book called
that's
Libertarian
fine.
Leadership back in 2014.
But don't bring it here.
I've written a campaign success coach. I've coached hundreds of candidates. I've helped lots of candidates lose with dignity and a handful of candidates win their elections. So that's how I like to put it. 2014 through 2016, I was the chair of the Libertarian Party of Washington. This is when I got started. We had 4 candidates win in 2015. One of those candidates is still elected in Moses Lake, Washington. And 2016, we had 34 candidates on the ballot across Washington State, which was a record. And it's
In
not
the
gotten
analogy
back
you
to that
described,
point,
Joe, and I
since
agree
then.
with Phil here, in the analogy
Most
that you
recently,
described,
I've written 2 other
the
books
driver
called
are the
Liberated
people in the
Mind and
party.
Liberated Mind for Sales Mastery. And I coach
candidate is
salespeople
one of those
for a living.
people.
I coach a national financial company. I coach over 60,000 reps, some of them one-on-one, most of them in group training, right? And I like to look at running for office the same
People
thing
want to feel
as being a
valued. They don't
salesperson,
want to feel like
right?
servants of the
We have
party.
to go out there
candidate.
and we have to convince
you for
people
being
to
here,
buy our
Lissy.
product, to get votes. That's our product, right? And that's profit in politics. And what I've
Also,
developed
Lissy, you
over
still
the
owe me some
years,
games.
some of you are familiar with the Libertarian
Gotta get
Leadership
together.
Academy. It was an online training platform, and we have over 40 different training videos that basically cover all aspects of running a campaign. And when I talked to Stephen, he had talked about having me create a Libertarian Party branded training. So all of the trainings that I have are currently branded under Libertarian Leadership Academy. So he wanted to talk to me about creating all of these trainings basically
That's
under
fair too, Phil. That is fair
the
too.
Libertarian Party brand
I will
as
accept that
something
argument
that can be
and
given
would
out for
appreciate
free
a torch article about it,
to
please.
Libertarian Party candidates running across the country. Okay, so
I
that's
want Phil to write
basically
more for the
why
torch.
I'm here talking with you today. Now, I don't know any of the other details on what you guys
I know
want
Lizzie
or
does
what
cool
you'd
stuff
like
too.
to
I want her to
see.
write too.
I am working on a new training course on recalling elected officials. So I am currently the chair of the Recall Rangers of Pacific County.
This is
We are
mean. You should give
recalling
that to Aaron
Lisa
Lamb.
Olson. She is a Republican county commissioner. We
Aaron.
filed the recall in the spring and went to Superior Court. The Superior Court judge approved our recall on the basis of the Open Public Meetings Act, violations of the Open Public Meetings Act. And if you look at pretty much any city council, county commission, state legislature, they are having executive session meetings, doing the public's business behind closed doors, right? And that
I can't
shouldn't
believe
happen.
any group
So
would
we
ever
were able
have their
to
business
file
being done
that,
behind closed
successfully
doors.
get it through the county superior court. She appealed, so now we are at Washington State Supreme Court, and we should have a decision within the next week if the recall goes forward. If the recall moves forward, we're going to start collecting signatures. to get it on the ballot for a special
I
election
know,
in the
Dustin.
spring. So that's
I'm
the
not-
new
not being
course
nice about it.
that I'm working
Like,
on to be able
I'm
to
never happy when a
walk
elected
people through
libertarian
the
gets pulled,
process
but
of recalling an
like,
elected official.
it's just
So that's the
such
new
a
one
fucking
that I'm
uniparty
working
thing to
on
do.
for those people who don't want to run for office. Maybe you want to go against a really bad public official, city council member, county commissioner that you really don't like. So anyways, that's kind of,
Well, you see,
the
Aaron is
gist
not
of
a
it. I
Republican
don't know
fellow, so
what
why would
everyone
they?
wants to see or what the campaign committee wants to see.
The
but
driver
I
are
am
the people in the party,
excited to
Joe.
jump
We're not
back in
collectivists here, so we
to
don't
this
all
path
exist to
that I
serve one
used to be
person.
on a decade ago, and currently I am coaching
The
3
drivers are the
candidates,
people who make it
and there
happen,
should be some
not
more
just
being
one
sent by
person.
2 state libertarian
That
parties.
is an Angela
So
McCardle
I'm excited to
mentality.
be here, excited to be back doing this.
Well, Mr. Pickens, I'd love to get you in contact with the Candidate Support Committee at some point. Back a few months ago, we voted as a board to get 3 main objectives. Number one was
As everyone
fundraising,
knows, Amanda will happily argue
membership,
about
not in
this.
any particular
I
order,
think
but
that going
membership and
after her on a
fundraising
thing
was
that
kind
you've
of
argued
number
about
one
1,000
together.
times
And then the
when
last
her
one
voice is fucked
was
up is pretty shit.
candidate
Kyle
support,
just doesn't
Project
like hearing me
Decentralized
talk like
Revolution,
this.
which is a
That's part of
local
it.
level centric campaign to get libertarians
Doesn't really
elected.
hurt.
So
Just a teeny bit.
whatever we can do to support our candidates as far as training materials, maybe in-person trainings or online trainings, videos, things like that. I know the idea has been floated of doing region trainings again. So maybe even doing in-person trainings in the different regions is a possibility. But I think at a minimum, what I'm very interested in is the actual curriculum and saying, hey, you're a first-time candidate, maybe you're an experienced candidate, or campaign manager, or whatever the case is, and you want to run a successful campaign. Here are the tools we're going to provide you to go out and do that. So I think that's what we're currently looking for. But I'll open
The
it up
best
also
evangelists
to
for liberty are always the
anybody
people
else
in your
that
own
may have
life,
questions,
and members
comments,
need to be empowered to be
or
those
anything
evangelists
else.
for liberty. They are the
Yeah,
drivers.
so really quick,
A
before any
candidate
questions,
is one
if
of
anyone
many.
would like copies of my campaign workbook, I'd be happy to send it over for free. If you'd like access to the online training, I'd be happy to send it over for free.
And I do understand that Joe is sensitive to this, because when I call it a trauma response, I'm not being snarky. I think Joe was seriously wounded by what happened with the Rena reaction and with Angela, and I think that you kind
Anybody
of
have any
regress
questions, comments,
into
ideas?
a semi-trauma response when people talk about anything other than
'Cause if
candidates,
not,
but it
Mr.
gets
Pickens,
you
what
the
I'd
same
like to
place
do
where you're
is,
trying to escape
get you over
from.
to Bill Schultz in the candidate
agree.
support and have a little conversation with the committee. They usually meet twice a month and kind of sit down and see what
Phil
our
is on
needs
fire
are
right
and
now.
what you can provide, and just kind of chalk up a game plan and go from there.
Sounds good. That works for me.
All right.
You're gonna have to tell Dan
Awesome.
that he's got to make sure to beat out Michael Pickens. We could have hired
Well,
some
I'm
other
really
guy.
happy you
Dan.
reached out, my friend. I don't know if anybody else has anything, but I do appreciate it, and we'll get the ball rolling on that. I'll make an introduction, and we'll sit down and talk some shop later. Thanks for coming
Awesome.
back.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, my friend.
I actually think that sounds pretty cool.
All right. Next up on the agenda, we have. I don't believe we ever made a motion on item B, which is discussion on ballot access payment distribution procedure. Mr. Watkins had requested that be moved to the next meeting since he won't be present tonight.
Mr. Chair, I move that we table this item till the
Never support hope, Phil.
November
Hope is a
2nd meeting.
Hesiodic vice.
Is there a second?
I think
Second.
solutions do exist, but it
Is there any
requires
discussion
an
on the
overhaul
motion?
of our political system.
Is there any objection to the motion?
Minor parties will not
Hearing
win
no objection, motion passes.
in the current
Next is
system.
item C, motion to
And the
initiate
current
trademark
system is
litigation
designed to
regarding New
entrench the
Mexico.
current
Mr.
major
Chatterton, you have
parties.
the floor.
Absolutely. And that's why we've been here preaching revolution for so long.
Thank you very much. At our last monthly meeting, we authorized the sending of a cease and desist letter related to the unauthorized use of, I believe, more than one of our trademarks ongoing in New Mexico. So given that, to my knowledge, there has been no acknowledgement or concession to the demands from that cease and desist letter, I believe that it is the appropriate time at this point to authorize that we proceed with litigation on the matter.
With the
I'll
lawyer
try to
that
refrain
no
from
longer
any
works pro
sensitive
bono.
details on that beyond
He knows
basis,
this is
but
a
I think
terrible
that
plan too.
it's the
He
responsibility of this
knows
board
how
to
awful
follow
this is.
through on
Reminder that
defending our
Oliver is
trademarks
no longer
and
doing
making
pro
sure that
bono
we
work
stand by and
because
support our
Andrew and
recognized
Austin
affiliate
have threatened his career
and the resources
and
that we
threatened his
have invested
professional integrity
in that affiliate.
or reputation,
so
rather.
that
Pardon
they
me.
can, as I said
Andrew
earlier,
Chatterton
focus on
knows
their
for a
important
fact that this is a likely
political
loss for the
activities
LNC
that are furthering
because this is something
liberty
that
in the
there's
state
not a
without having to
clear
continue to fight these battles. The party has invested
way
heavily
forward in this. And
in
so it
protecting our
is
trademark in the past.
very
We've won some
dangerous of
very
a thing to do.
significant fights for that,
And
and I
that they
believe we
have
have a
money
very
and that they
strong
have a
case to
claim
move forward at this
named
time with
for
that.
the U.S. Libertarian
I
Party
think we have
exists.
furthermore, as
It's
I've alluded, an
dangerous, and it's
obligation
another
to
IP
do so.
boondoggle.
So I've just sent to the secretary my proposal for a motion. I was attempting in advance of the meeting to work out some specific budget allocations, but we haven't been able to finalize those yet. We do have a rough estimate.
And he knows that.
For
This
the
is a
necessary
blatant attack
allocation
on
for
the
that.
whole
So I'd
LP.
welcome an amendment to that matter if we believe that that is appropriate to do
How
so
much
at
is
the
that
time.
even going to cost if they pursue that?
At this time, but at this moment, my
estimate
intent would
that
be
I
to
have been
propose
told,
the motion to
a whole bunch of
authorize the
grains of
filing
salt
of
because
trademark
no one's
action
supposed to
in
talk
New
about things,
Mexico,
and so everything's
pending
having
the
to
allocation of the necessary
be
funds,
sideways.
and that
Is
authorization
that
for the
we're talking about
appropriate funds shall be
$100,000.
conducted via
We're talking
whichever
about a
appropriate
sixth
means,
of our
either by
entire
email
amount
ballot of
gotten
the
from the
LNC or by
fucking
action of
building
the
sale.
executive committee, however appropriate to comply with our rules, and that this
I
litigation
am glad to see
shall
El Barfo back, for
commence
the
once
record.
the funding
With
is
force
approved.
and with prejudice, El Barfo.
Like I
Mr.
know
Chair, would you
that
need
we
to
argue
put the
online, Barfo,
ballot
but
up so that
I
people can
appreciate you
see
being
the exact wording, or how would you like me to do that?
Yeah, you go ahead. If we have the language, let's put it on the screen.
Thank you for sending that, Mr. Chatterton.
That you needed it. Appreciate it.
Am I showing the correct screen?
My neck hurts. I'm getting old. I'm dying. For this, I'm gonna kick it over.
It's a huge waste of money and very much jeopardizes.
Do you motion this now, or are we discussing this and then you're going to move it? What is your?
I am intending to move this
are you
action at
doing?
the moment, and I believe it's important for us to authorize
so they can see.
engagement in this matter in tonight's meeting. And
We'll go back to the
that,
meeting with hosts momentarily.
If we are not comfortable with the estimates that we've got at this time for financial allocations, that we still move ahead with the authorization for the action, and that we will proceed once
right,
those
Chuck. They're
appropriate
looking to burn more
fundings
money in
are
the building fund
allocated
away.
via the means referred to. So if we do think we can move forward with that, with the estimates that we have, I would welcome any of the other members to propose an amendment to allocate those funds and strike the language calling for the follow-up action there.
I'll second that.
All right, there's a motion and a second. We'll now move on to discussion.
What?
I'll go in the order of hands. Mr. Redpath and then Ms. Hayes. Mr. Redpath.
Yes, and I don't know to what extent this is appropriate in open session, but I will bring up a question at this point. There was some discussion earlier about sort of informal discussions with the group in New Mexico that is continuing to use the Libertarian Party name in New Mexico. And I said that I would be willing to do this. It is my understanding that the vice chair was going to, who has there been any sort of informal discussion with people in New Mexico about this situation, which hopefully could avoid any sort of litigation?
Good.
Yes, there has been. There has been, just not from the LNC. We have been talking
I do
with
not
them.
have the answer which you seek,
The
but
answer
somebody
is
else,
yes.
if they want to raise their hand, can speak on that. Mr. Martin, if you don't mind, I'm going to go to Hayes, then I'll go to you. You can answer both what you got to say, and then Mr. Redpath's question. Ms. Hayes, then Mr. Martin.
Hi, this is a
The
question,
answer is yes.
and it actually it's related to the funding, and I'm wondering if we should move into an executive session for this because it has a little bit of a strategy tie-in. I don't know if that's appropriate though, so I'm open to suggestions on that.
It would be appropriate at this time if the body wishes.
Okay, I move into executive session
I'll second.
regarding this funding issue.
Boo.
All right, there's a motion and a second move into executive session. Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Mr. Martin, go ahead.
It's probably pretty important that some of these details are discussed openly, considering the kind of dramatic events going on with New Mexico and the length of time. In answer to the previous question, yes, we've had discussions going on for years. This is an intentional, malicious attack against our party. It is not an accident. It's not something that we're just going to informally. This was brought up as a maneuver, and it needs to be dealt with appropriately, and we need to go after them and show that we mean business, that we are the Libertarian Party, and we're not going to suffer the DNC to create a
The Libertarian Party of New Mexico precedes.
area with help from their government.
Dustin's right.
And
That's to finish the drink.
to see this.
Okay, but the reason I want to go in is because I don't want to reveal anything in our strategy publicly that could be used to usurp. So I don't intend to stay in executive session long. However quickly you and Mr. Sheridan can answer these budget questions, we can come right out.
I don't think the budget questions are really going.
All right, guys, I don't want any crosstalk, please. Any further discussion on going into executive session? Any objection to going into executive session at this time?
Yes, I object.
Who was that?
Austin, would you retract
That's
your
Austin.
objection so we can sort that out briefly with the funding and then come back for closing the discussions?
I withdraw my objection.
Wow.
All right, any objections?
So hard.
Going once, twice, 3 times. Sold. We'll go into executive session.
The recording
Mr.
has
Secretary.
stopped.
The recording has stopped, everyone. Two rhymes with two, Chuck? Austin is 2 and RFK 2. I don't know if one word rhymes with the same word.
Hey, Mimi. You're in the room?
Yeah, I'm on my phone and I don't know how to do it on my phone.
Okay.
I can rejoin on my computer if you want to give me a second.
Yeah, if you could do that while I create the breakout room, that'd be great.
All right.
Please call the breakout room
Thank
the Gulag. Ken, there was a really long preamble of people talking about all the things that they had done as members of the LNC to make their lives better. And now they're discussing actual legal action against the Libertarian Party of New Mexico. Never mind, of course, that Oliver is no longer doing pro bono work as a result of Andrew Chatterton, who proposed this legal action. They're now in executive session discussing whether this is wise.
Jay's right. That is effectively what just happened. Heel boy, down.
Please withdraw your objection. See, I'm never that blatant with Kyle. Am I, Kyle? Tell them I'm not that blatant with you.
She's not that blatant.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Good boy.
Mr. Martin, can you stop for me? It's really distracting. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. It's part of my tism that whenever there's some other sound going on, I can't focus.
Play and talk at the same time, and it really annoys me.
Okay, so I'm here.
I see, Mimi. Thank you.
Wait, who all is in executive session?
They're still setting it up, I believe.
Oh, okay. It's very confused to have Stephen not in executive session.
Where'd you go?
I don't know Natalie well or anything.
I feel like
but-
that would be a direct attack. Yeah, I didn't mind the ukulele music. You know, I think everyone has a role to play. And Austin's role is playing the ukulele.
Mimi, what's your name?
Mimi. Her name's Mimi.
Here.
Mimi?
Okay.
Mimi Robson?
There we go.
I wasn't being tricky. It's my real name.
It was showing you
Okay,
as on your phone.
I should show 2 different. I mean, I'm on my phone, but I'm both. So anyway, I'm here, and it appears you made me host. So do you need me to
Move me.
you? And okay, let me find
I think.
you.
Oh wait,
You're
Jesse
here as
Cowart.
Libertarian.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
Jesse.
Okay.
Jesse Cowart too. It looks like.
Okay, so
Oh wait, it looks like she's moved.
I don't see her. I
Yep,
don't.
she got moved.
Okay, and you're here as Libertarian Party, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me.
Evan is the entire Libertarian Party.
Might not mind that.
Wait,
it's a chip cover.
So assign to room 1.
I'm tempted to unmute and just point that out, but that's just the truth at this point.
You went right.
Natalie, are you a real ukulele player? You can't just leave us hanging like that.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mimi.
So,
how are you?
Wonderful. How are you and everyone else on the call?
I'm doing good. I knew he was going to look at me, and I was on my phone because I was cleaning my house. So I knew he was going to ask as soon as they said they were going to go into executive session. Like,
hello, Mimi. And by the way, that's not your real name.
well, no, it's
Mimi.
pretty real. I mean, it's been my name since before I was born, but my real name is Honor.
Her real name is Lucia. Is this like La Boheme?
Like Honor Black.
Who got that reference? Please, somebody have gotten that
Well,
reference.
it's a family name.
Thank you.
So my family, it was a family name. So it's like the first daughter of each generation. It's the Irish thing. But when I was born, there was there was 4 generations alive. So before I was born, they'd already.
When I
figured
have
out
my
that
voice,
my
I
middle
can
name was
actually
Michelle
sing
and
that
they were gonna
aria.
Call me Mimi.
Mi
So,
chiamo Mimi.
like, it's kind of almost like a real name. My mom was Cookie. My grandma
I
actually
would love
went
to
by
hear that.
Honor.
No, right now you wouldn't. You sound terrible right now.
Right now it'd be funny, but normally I would love to hear it.
I don't even want to try it right now. No, I'm not gonna try it. So it's actually beautiful,
So,
beautiful aria.
Anyone read any good books lately?
All right, I am muting this for the moment.
So you can play Mi chiamano Mimi.
I could.
You can. Let's take a rain check on performing that for you guys sometime.
Let's see.
We are not back. Let's see. They have departed. Dustin, we'd love to do LPA Book Club. So we thought of a few ways to go about that. We thought of having a panel, like a rotating panel, where you have a different guest on every couple weeks, month, however frequently you want to do it. Whoever is the guest is leading the discussion on the book. We also could do it a little bit more free form, where it could just be within the Discord, although I would prefer it to be public somehow, like a live stream. I would be open to discussing that, like even right now with you, since nothing else is going on camera. But LPA Book Club would be a fantastic idea. My preference, and this is just me, would be Machiavelli could be on there, but it would be
nothing but
not necessarily all by libertarians. When we first started doing these streams, something that we would ask guests a lot as they were leaving was, what is one book that is not by a libertarian that you think all libertarians should read? And we got some really cool answers. But yeah, no, whatever happened to LPA Book Club is that I'd still love to workshop that with you, and I'm sure a lot of people would. So let me know.
All
Are we just muted?
So we have to. What?
Are we just you're the Zoom is muted? Okay.
Yeah.
Who is that?
So I'll take us back over to what's supposed to just be us, but somehow something has been fucked up here. There we go. And I'll keep a watch on the meeting for people to come back. The discussion between Austin and Meredith to me is a important one. I generally don't think Austin's wrong, that as much of this as possible should be talked about in front of members. I honestly think that the way they should do executive sessions is to release that executive session later with parts that can't be talked about blacked out.
Redacted. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be extra work, though, for them. It's the problem. But no, I agree. I'm more transparency rather than less, generally speaking. The party should be for the members. The LNC should be for the members.
Yeah. If like if we actually had a media team, that media team could do things like this.
Sounds good, Dustin. You can send any of us a message, send me a message, or you can just put it in, I guess, comms, or we could just create a book club channel. It'd be cool too. And then we would just make a panel out of that. Yeah.
Discuss the idea in Discord and then, gotcha. The delay here makes it hard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That'd be fun. I always like doing people's answers on that question.
Ken's right, and that's the thing that we should put down as a motion for Grand Rapids. We should, it's a report to the convention body, point out that these things should be brought back out with only the redactions missing, so that the people can hear the majority of it.
That's a matter for the policy manual, isn't it?
I think that can be a thing that we can direct things for policy manual for one, I believe.
Okay.
And also, Wesley, Mimi has been asked to hold the Zoom in this main room open so that Evan can be in the meeting, in the executive session. Anyone can sit in the Zoom. We're actually using my Zoom link where I registered for it, but it's just they're in executive session, and so Mimi's holding it open. Was I going on about it before I got distracted? Like ADHD as fuck.
You were talking about the executive session.
Yeah. We can definitely make this so that it can be a modification even in the bylaws. Yeah, exactly. We can put it in bylaws and make it as a report to the convention. Anything not currently active should be fully disclosed. Exactly.
We can note that.
I'm gonna send that.
Thank you, Ken. Hi, Terry. Good to see you.
Howdy, Terry.
When did you change my... When did you change that? How long has that been there?
As soon as Phil mentioned it, I put it in.
Be a Russian from Kronstadt, Kyle, because Kronstadt seceded from the SFSR. That was the entire thing. And so that they're like, oh, I sound worse than I feel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I sound better than I did yesterday, as anyone who was at Molotov Cocktail Hour can attest.
And she sounds unlike Friday.
Yes, I am making sounds, which was not happening on Friday. I sort of sounded like the void when I called Kyle. It's like, this is chaos and disorder moving across the faces of the deep.
Yeah. So, Dave, yes, the LNC's Zoom meetings are totally public, but you do have to register beforehand. But as we saw at the beginning of this one, you can apparently register to show your asshole. So, it would be great if we were doing this in a smarter way, but we're not. So, you do.
There was a porn bot, or was it a bot? Or I don't even. I don't know.
know,
You
because
kids
it's
are
the same
using.
porn every time.
I didn't know that. Kyle studies it very intently.
Well, the monitor that this is on is
I appreciate that, Ken.
quite large 4K monitor, and so what I got was 4K masturbatory asshole directly in my face here. It was great.
Tap
It's great.
and hold to zoom in 4K.
Yeah, I screen capped just the asshole.
It's Kyle's new X banner.
My background.
Yeah. See, we can't regale the people with song now. I guess you could. You could regale the people with song. I
You
could
have no
not.
proof that I can sing?
I actually do. I've heard you sing.
Nope.
Yes, I've actually heard you meow several melodies.
That's true. That part's true.
Dustin, I love that. Thank you. That makes me feel better.
So, as always, everybody who's here, thank you very much for being here. I got porn bombed. Everyone got porn bombed. I was much quicker at shutting it down from our stream than Evan was at shutting it down from the Zoom. And so I got significantly more porn than everyone else did.
He's not feeling bad about that, though.
You know, sometimes you just want to see an asshole. I don't tell you.
But we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you hanging out with us during executive session. We should discuss our own secrets during executive session. People in the chat can share secrets.
And in Wesley's case, we're super happy that you've joined the Discord recently. We are, glad to see people coming back. Glad to see new faces. That's what this is all about, right?
I love everyone in the chat telling me how to feel better. I really do. I think it's the sweetest thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. I take Zicam. Zicam is also good for when you have like a cold or a cough or whatever.
She forced me to buy Zicam.
I didn't force you to buy Zicam. I told you it'd be good for you.
She told me that if I didn't, that I would go to the non-sex gulag.
There is no sex gulag.
But that means it's the non-sex gulag.
Well, every gulag is a non-sex gulag, Kyle.
False. All of our gulags are not.
There will definitely be an LPA karaoke night in Grand Rapids. I'm trying to be performing as Agitpop. We'll see what happens, but we might get an Agitpop set out of that.
I don't think I saw the name for the person who did the porn bomb.
Zicam's good.
So it's been talked about if we're just going to descend upon some poor karaoke bar, or if we're going to actually like schedule this and plan this properly.
Porque no los dos.
Both of these have huge upsides. Because on one hand, a bar that suddenly has 200 people descend on it is both like stressed, but also very happy about the money and everything. And it's a very different atmosphere when they don't know you're coming. On the other hand, if you let them know, then it's just so much less fun. But then they're not mad. So,
Dustin, what's your favorite Zicam flavor? This is a serious question. Because I like the cherry rapid melts myself.
I didn't even know there was fucking flavors. I was just told
They
to buy
have
some.
cherry. They have some kind of lime. If
Citrus
orange,
flavor rapid
citrus
melts.
flavored. Yeah, no, those aren't good. I like the
Do you like
cherry.
citrus?
No, I like
There you go.
the cherry flavor.
At least the top part of this smells terrible. I don't like most cherry artificial flavors.
I mean, do you like cherries?
Yes.
But you don't like artificial cherry.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
I have that problem with strawberry. To some degree, blueberry.
artificial blueberry does not taste like regular blueberry at all.
Right.
Yeah. Zicam was how I found out that I had a zinc deficiency, because apparently Zicam tastes metallic if you have enough zinc in your body. But if you don't have enough zinc in your body, you taste it because there's a lot of zinc in it, and your body's like, I would like more of this, please. So I'm not going to tell you how horrible this tastes.
It smells metallic to me.
To me, it does not smell metallic. It does not taste metallic.
Gotcha.
It's so weird.
So you're just like, delicious.
I didn't believe that zinc deficiency was actually a thing until people started telling me that Zicam tasted and or smelled metallic. And I did not know what they were talking about. Jake, I want to hear these stories about the certificate of need meeting. I want to hear about being on a certificate of need board. What? Okay, it's interesting. So you're
I was being garroted.
by a death panel. Gotcha.
By Jake Porter specifically.
I understand. That didn't look like Jake Porter, though. That just looked like your hands.
No.
Okay.
Those were Jake's hands.
That definitely looked like yours. I feel like Jake has much more masculine hands than you do. Yours are soft and feminine and uncalloused.
Oh, that's very false.
They're not the hands of a working man.
Oh.
I've insulted Kyle now.
Well, this one's just funny because Chelsea all the time tells me that my hands are too rough.
Huh.
Like if she grabs my hand for any reason, she's like, ugh. It's like, okay, well, whatever. Because like all of my fingertips are calloused from both guitar and work, and like my palms and things are calloused. Do you want to hear about the porn or the rest of the meeting? That's a good question, Jake. Why not both?
Yeah, I was going to say, why not both? I'll bet you do, Jake. I'm only doing this to make Kyle uncomfortable.
I know.
Kyle routinely insults people by saying they look like they've never done any work.
It's true.
He routinely insults me by telling me that I could not carry a pig under each arm, which is evidently his standard for women. What about the rabbits? Wait, is there a story about rabbits?
Oh, goodness.
Or is this like the mice and men rabbits? Okay, I don't want to hear the mice and men rabbits.
Going to love him and hold him and call him George.
That's Looney Tunes, not of mice and men.
That's what it's referencing.
Yeah, but in that one, the rabbit meets a happier fate. You know who else liked rabbits?
Leon Trotsky.
He had rabbits.
I sang that one because Amanda couldn't sing it for herself right now.
There's a picture of him cuddling rabbits. This is a 100% true thing. Kyle can probably add that. Kyle has it saved as his desktop background, actually.
I have no Trotsky pictures
Let's
on my computer.
show the people, Kyle. Show the people Leon Trotsky cuddling rabbits.
All right.
This is 100% real. This is...
Leon, it popped up but not on screen. Cool. There you go. So Leon Trotsky was a rabbited man.
This is a real picture.
So happy with his rabbit. Amanda, what does this say?
What the fuck is that?
What does it say, Amanda?
I cannot read that.
P A 3 B. I think it's an O. Screwed up A. Backwards N T E.
I think it's just like a rabbit, like a rabbit, not cage, like an enclosure for rabbits.
There you go. Can you read it now? No, because it's not a tab. Son of a bitch.
Wait, what is what is?
This is my favorite one here.
Why is
I don't know what's going on here.
he
But,
hanging out with Thomas Jefferson?
I'm opening that for me for later. But yeah, so that's enough of the trot for now.
Lennon also liked kittens, which is true.
That's apparently supposed to be Robespierre.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
George Soros actually used your funds, Jake, to add to the Leon Trotsky Memorial Biscuit Making Fund, staffed by left anarchists. They're a co-op, and some say to this day they're still making biscuits with Leon Trotsky's ashes. How much time does executive session take when they say it's not going to take much time?
Pat Ford
is probably still talking.
Pat Ford is giving them a new convention update.
Oh boy. All right, chat. You know what to do. Keep us entertained. Yeah, no, Pat is delivering a monologue. So, what are people's thoughts on the accusations that that Austin's going to make this evening? Because he's just been letting them fly. Kyle, you're on a stream, which means that you have to talk to people on the stream, not play games with capybaras.
Not playing games with capybaras. It's with yarn. Thank you.
So yes, Austin is continuing to accuse essentially everyone in LPA of being Antifa and pro-violence after saying himself that he will remove all socialists from the LP by force and with prejudice. I don't think he knows what with prejudice means based on that. Kyle, I would appreciate some help as I barely have a voice.
That's why I'm enjoying it.
Your
pain gives me strength.
It's only going to hurt my voice more.
It'll heal eventually.
You said you wanted to hear me singing.
I do want to hear you singing.
Okay.
Fine, I'll help. I've been blackmailed. I am easy to blackmail with good song.
I do sound significantly better than I did yesterday. I will say that. Go on.
Her singing voice is no better.
The singing voice is not better, no.
So, like, we're seeing more and more people show. There's 21 people who are in the main room right now, like for the LNC meeting. So if you include the LNC members, I think there were 15 of them, give or take, that actually showed up. Like, more people than the LNC have actually pre-registered and shown up wanting to hear this. And then we've got a couple hundred people. I don't remember. Let me look on.
I think I'm going to replace Kyle with Lissy.
I mean, Steph is way cooler than I am. Do it. Do it. You ever seen The Watchmen? I'll get
all
Rorschach,
three of us
that's
up
fine.
here.
That's fair. I'll gladly put Lissy in. I'll send her a link at least. Lissy's part of. Okay, I'll knock my volume up a little bit. Lizzie's part of our LPA Kansas team and LP Solidarity Kansas team.
Kyle, can you turn your volume down? I can hear you now, and it's upsetting to me.
You have the ability to turn me down anytime you want. I can't even stop you. I can fight.
I can.
Yeah, again. Just hover over me, click the 3 dots, and then
I don't have those.
You're not logged in.
No.
So, as a very quick overview of things happening in Amanda's life, other than her losing her voice.
Oh my gosh.
Her computer ended up with a broken screen. No, blameless society here. And
No, I will gladly say that I dropped my computer and the screen broke. Everything else was fine because I was able to save everything, right? And it rebooted. So like there was no problem except for the screen. And then there was one key on the keyboard that had been glitching for a while.
I mean, there's no pressure, Lizzie. It's just a case if you want to. I sent you a link in Signal. So also you don't have to turn a camera on. So Amanda takes it to the Apple store. Amanda, like a good Apple bot, has Apple Care. And they're like, no problem, we got you. She does all the due diligence. She asked about it beforehand. She asked about it when she was right afterward to make sure she wasn't doing anything wrong. She wanted reassurance on how they're going to do things. Like, I've worked with Apple for this stuff a lot.
Thank you, Hector.
And so they promised not to touch her main board, motherboard, or as Apple calls it, a fucking logic board.
And to be clear, there was no problem detected with the logic board. I specifically asked about it because I wanted to make sure, because if there was a problem with the logic board, I needed to go back and do time machine backup, which I hadn't done. But everything else was on the cloud. So thinking that because the logic boards are pretty resilient, I was okay. And because I wasn't actually seeming to have memory problems or anything, it was just the screen and just the keyboard, I would take it in. Diagnostics said there was nothing wrong with the logic board. Everything's cool. And we'll let you know, as per the terms and conditions, we have to let you know if we need to do anything with the logic board, because that's going to change our estimate. So you're going to need to authorize that anyway.
And as a quick overview, her system is totally solid state. RAM is soldered. The solid state drive is soldered on board. Everything is solid state. Nothing can go wrong on that main board and it's still booted. It was booting. She could get into things fine. It was just the broken screen. And they sent it back and they wiped it.
I don't think that, well, they didn't wipe it. They just replaced it.
Well, right. They claimed they wiped it. It is pretty blatantly it's a new board.
And I got on the phone with somebody who was like, yeah, they probably replaced it. And then he backtracked on it. He was like, well, he didn't replace the device. And I said, well, yeah. I mean, you just said that you probably replaced it. Oh, I think they replaced the logic board, but they didn't replace the device. So you didn't replace the case. Computer. You didn't replace the case. I know you didn't replace the case because there's still a little tiny scratch on the bottom. Replace everything else.
So it's been a rough week for Amanda. That's why Amanda's torch articles have dropped this week.
Apple is still supposed to call me, by the way, because they owe me the cost of my logic board because they removed my property without my consent. And I have gone through 4 people at Apple by this point, all of whom, when they actually heard the situation, every single one of them, and Kyle was actually on the line with me, you could hear the death pause after I explained what happened. You could hear the death pause with every single one of them. And then there was always an attempt to recover, like, oh, but so they told you there might be a logic board issue. No, the diagnostic didn't reveal one. Death pause. Oh.
Like, everyone had another reason of like, well, maybe this happened. Nope.
I'm like, no, I have the work order in front of me. The logic board isn't even on there.
The receipt doesn't have a new logic board or work on a logic board. So,
someone got lazy.
Yeah.
But go on.
The thing was going to say there is someone got lazy, decided they didn't want to deal with it anymore, and replaced the whole thing, slapped the chassis on a new system, basically.
And the funny thing is, the guy next to me at the Apple store, who was also getting his device back, he had a phone. So this is what's really funny. So the guy next to me had a phone that was supposed to be being repaired, and that was what was on his work order. They gave him a new phone. They just replaced his phone. So he had to go through setting up an entire new phone that he did not want to go through setting up. So this is apparently just a thing that they're doing now at Apple, is they're just taking devices and are like, this looks kind of hard to fix. Let's just give them a new one.
And so Amanda lost work and
didn't lose that much work. I lost what the stuff that I lost.
She's lost some Agitpop work.
No,
wait longer for songs.
It's not that bad because I've lost drafts for things that I was going to record over anyway. The real shitty thing was that I had to re-download all the apps, and it took me like 4 hours to turn all the features off of Mac that I hate to like make Apple Intelligence commit suicide. I had to do that all over again. I had to make Copilot commit suicide all over again. I had to make my highlighter green because I like the color green. I had to download everything. I still haven't re-downloaded Signal, which I'm sure is making Paul Dar very happy. To re-download Discord, which always takes 500 years. Like they're in trouble and they screwed up. But yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. That is correct. To replace a screen and a keyboard, to be fair, there were 2 keys that were not working. But again, they did a diagnostic. I watched them do the diagnostic. I saw what it was showing. There was no logic board issue at all. And I said, again, are you going to need to do anything with logic board? Because if you do, I'm going to go back and do a time machine backup and take this and bring this back later. And they said, we can't do that without you authorizing it, which is true because, again, I spent the past day looking through the terms and conditions pretty closely. They screwed up.
What's bad is it's very likely they didn't even just wipe the thing. They stole it.
Yeah, they stole
swapped it for a new one.
So I am telling them that I had property removed that I did not consent to having removed, and I need to be reimbursed for the cost of property that I did not authorize its removal.
So to respond to Dustin, making sure. Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So, okay, so you went in to replace the screen.
Yes.
And they wiped the hard drive?
Yes. They needed to. So what I'm thinking, because they needed to change out the keyboard as well. I mean, they only needed to fix 2 keys, but usually, again, it's easier just to put in a different new keyboard. So they redid the top case. My thinking is that when they took out the top case, they were just like, you know what, it'll just save us time if we replace the top case and the logic board. So it's a question of people being lazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, with every single rep that I spoke with, you could hear the pause of death when I summarized the issue.
And like somebody in the IT and computer science space, there are absolutely times when it's easier to be like, fuck it, I'm replacing it. And the cost is effectively the same to the company, so the company doesn't care. But that doesn't make it okay. That's oh, they're coming back.
Okay,
So I'm gonna drop us down to meeting with hosts. Bring them back on.
The last one out, I think the secretary usually is for whatever reason, so maybe just wait until he comes back on.
This is supposed to be showtime.
Well, I see him. I see Libertarian Party.
Now, let's.
He's here. He's just muted.
Can you guys?
I'm here. I just don't know why. Oh, there it is. Reclaim host.
Okay.
Amanda.
All right. You were able to do it without me.
You can hear them.
Yay.
Right?
Yep, I'm the host.
Okay.
Thank you, Mimi. I appreciate it.
The tab itself. So.
No worries.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ouch.
You're muted, Mr. Chair.
My apologies. We are back in regular session. It is 9:10 p.m. I think everybody made it through the portal. I don't think we have any stragglers.
They ate them.
So we'll go ahead and proceed. We are back in discussion on the motion. Mr. McMahon, you have your hand raised.
I move to amend the motion. Move to strip and amend I don't. Just leave the room. I can't help him. Mr. Ford needs help. Somebody tell Mr. Ford to leave the meeting. Stricken amend
Adorably
to
befuddled
direct the
Evan.
chair or his designees to
That was
prepare a
some
proposal
1992
for
grant
initiation of trademark litigation and potentially additional litigation relating to ballot access at the discretion of the chair in New Mexico to be presented to the executive committee in a meeting to be held within 1 week.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion is moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on this motion?
I have a brief statement.
Go ahead, Mr. Chatterton.
I want to say thank you to the rest of the board for workshopping the language of that, and then we came to an amicable approach for that. I believe this new motion text satisfies my wishes to indicate a clear intention to move forward with this, particularly after our cease and desist that the group in New Mexico took actions to double down on their use of the name. So I'm very happy for the good discussion we had and this new motion text that I think puts us fully in compliance with our policy manual and our correct processes for going down this pathway. So I hope everyone will support this amended motion and that we can see hopefully avoiding this if there's any further action coming from the group they're infringing, and if not, that we'll be taking the steps that we need to defend our trademarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterton. Is there any further discussion at this time? Seeing no discussion, Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready with your ballot.
This is on the amendment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, we got to vote. Let me ask this. Is there any objection to the amendment? Hearing no objection, the amendment passes. Mr. Ford says re-invite me to meeting via email.
Oh my God.
You can just click on the email and I can't help Mr. Ford. I'm sorry.
I'm going to send that to him right now. I just sent it. Godspeed to Mr. Ford. Hopefully he gets back in. Okay. So is there any discussion on the motion as amended? All right. Hearing none, we'll move on to a roll call vote.
We have been talking, by the way, with the Libertarian Party of New Mexico.
Buller.
They're trying to sue. We do not want this to pass.
Mr. Chatterton.
I vote yes.
Vice Chair Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Ford. I'll come back to Mr. Ford because I don't think he's here. Ms. Hayes.
Yes.
Mr. Nebel.
Aye.
Mr. Martin.
I vote yes.
Mr. McGee. Mr. McGee. Is Mr. McGee in the room?
Aye.
Thank you. And there's Mr. Ford. I vote yes. Mr. Hirsch.
Yes.
Vice Chair Redpath.
I'll vote yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Pass.
Mr. Ford.
I'm sorry, I just got back at the meeting. Could you please reread the?
Yeah, the motion, the main motion is direct the chair or his designees to prepare a proposal for initiation of trademark litigation and potentially additional litigation relating to ballot access at the discretion of the chair in New Mexico to be presented to the executive committee in a meeting to be held within 1 week.
Yes.
Mr. Nikela? Chair Nikela?
Sort of, Dustin.
I'll pass briefly.
Okay. Mr. Thompson?
It's.
This is Cowart. I will vote aye.
Did Mr. Thompson pass?
Stepped away for the bio break. Sorry.
Amanda's
Mr.
also got a MacBook Air.
I vote aye.
The votes are 13 yes, 0 no's, 0 abstentions.
All right, motion passes. All right, the orders of the day are item D, motion to rescind SIC report. Mr. Chatterton, you have the floor to make your motion.
Thank you very much. I don't have the full text for it, but I think I included that in my notice thread. I believe as I will try to pull this up specifically and.
Do you want me to put it on the screen, Mr. Chatterton?
Oh, yes, I actually found it. So the motion that I present today is to rescind the Special Investigation Committee report adopted on June 9th.
Oh my God.
And all appurtenant motions and resolutions adopted with it
Why are we
or
doing
thereafter, due to the concerns over its accuracy and its independence.
You remember how they acted
so
like
if
trying
it's
to
all right, I'll speak
overturn
to
the show
that at
Karen
this time,
Ann
or should I?
was just monstrous for
We will
months
need
when they were
a
directly
second
attacking
before we get
someone.
into discussion.
Right.
But
I will happily second this motion.
here they're gonna freaking
Mr. Chatterton,
do
the
this
floor is
again,
yours.
even though Angela has
Thank
admitted
you.
that she did the things in the
We've
report.
had a lot of discussions on this matter. We've had a lot of back and forth over the last several months. So I think most of the arguments have been made. I believe that we've seen issues with as mentioned in the motion text, the accuracy of some of the claims or the merits of some of the claims, as well as
I haven't seen a
matters
good
related
thing.
to
Have you?
independence of the investigation. So with that, I think we've had some new information come forward to us that I think supports all of those concerns strongly recently.
Well, okay.
And I believe that
So,
it
as a
is
quick
worthwhile to
overview,
consider
for Carol on this one.
whether that report
LP New
is
Mexico
forming
was founded in the
a
1960s before LP
accurate
US.
accounting of the
They
matters
affiliated
investigated.
relatively
So with
early
that,
with the
I'll
LP.
conclude my comments and
in
relinquish the floor.
2022, after the Reno reaction,
Mr. Martin?
they asked to be disaffiliated, and
Hey, thanks,
both
guys.
National and they went separate
as
ways.
Mr. Chatterton said, I think
They
a lot
became
the
a member
arguments on
of the
this have
Liberal
really
Party.
already been made. The public doesn't get to
But
see the
we
full
have good
extent
reason
of
to
it, but we
believe
do,
that they are
and
willing to work
I'm
with
hoping that
libertarians
today
again
we'll recognize
and
that there's a
potentially
chance to do the right thing,
come out
to
strong,
actually, like, fix
etc.
this the right way and go back and address these
They
issues
have
in a way that's
attempted to
more
talk with the
responsible, and I
LNC
think
about
it's
this,
actually kind
and
of our duty to
there
do
have been
so,
members of the
especially
LNC who
with
have been
what's
trying to
brought
block this
our
for a
attention
while.
now.
I will give you one
I don't
guess
think
on
there's
which
any room
side
to-
which is currently yelling about it.
deviate from
Oh,
that
it's all
perspective.
sides. It's all sides. We saw how the vote went. We saw exactly how the vote went. I asked
Well,
Kyle.
that was the amendment.
This is an
No, that was the vote
to make
on
that right.
the motion.
I hope
The
you
motion
Is it
was
motion to amend?
what we all got to
no.
see
It was not the motion to amend.
this week.
There were no objections to the
And,
motion to
the
amend.
significance of that.
It said motion
if
to amend on
this
the
ever were
No.
to actually
but
be used
The
in
motion was not to
litigation,
amend. The motion.
there's
So he
some
said, "Are there any
obvious issues."
objections
So I'll
to the
just,
motion?
I
To are there any
heard that.
objections to the
I don't want to
amendment?"
hammer it too hard with you guys. I respect you guys, and I'm hoping that
The motion
you
was
do the
then
right thing
to direct the chair to prepare a proposal for the initiation of trademark litigation against the Libertarian
Mr.
Party
Dar,
of
you
New
have the floor.
Mexico.
Within the next week.
Related to this, I
Yes.
still
For
support having an
a
independent
potential thing,
investigation
but
to clarify any matters that might be unclear to individuals here, to lower any doubt. But until that is
So
conducted,
they did not vote on the
that is why
amendment.
I'm
They
still
approved
in
the
favor of
amendment.
the SIC
They
until
voted on
an
the
independent
motion.
investigation is done.
Mr. McMahon?
Can you hear me?
I just want to say that
Yes.
when I was not on the committee, I was advocating strongly for an independent investigative committee, a third
Why are
party
we
hired
doing this
outside to do a soup to nuts and review of everything.
Because
But
the
I
more
do
they
agree with Mr.
can,
Dar. But I wasn't on the committee when this
waste
was all
time,
going on.
the less
But
gets
I
done,
felt
and the
very
better chance they
strongly
have
at the
of saying that
time
this
that
group was the
it should
problem.
be
The MC can
handled
fix it.
by outside group.
Okay, gotcha.
But I
no,
think it needs to stand until that
doesn't.
happens.
That's not what that does,
my
though.
opinion.
This just moves this a week.
Mr.
That's all.
Chatterton?
It kicks it
I
over
would
to the XCOM.
just raise a very brief follow-up comment.
But then the
Is
XCOM passes
understand
it.
people's considerations
XCOM
with
is just
working
the
to
four.
conduct an
I
independent
know. And they're going to
investigation with
pass it.
that. But I just wanted to emphasize that with
They
I
are,
think some of the
just like
issues
they've
that have
passed
been seen by the
everything
board
prior
and
to
the issues
this.
discussed, I think
I
it
don't
would
think
be
so, but we'll see.
irresponsible of us to let that stand with those items still on the table before us. So leave it at that.
Mr. Ford, then Mr. Martin. Mr. Ford?
So, at the risk of sounding like a car salesman, what's involved in this independent report? What is the cost? How quickly could it take place?
The only thing I could say is when I was probing for a third-party forensic type audit, it was around $20,000. There might be others
My mistake.
that have different
Still, though,
experiences
officers are going to be
getting
getting that, I'm pretty
RFPs
sure.
for different auditors, so I can't speak with certainty, but it's in that ballpark, it would seem.
The list of errors are the
I know
things
this
that
is
Hector
not
Ruse
within the construct of
and
a
Andrew Chatterton have
Roberts
named, which are
approved
most
conversation, but I just want the truth out, and I want this to end desperately. Is this something that could be accomplished in a matter of weeks? Because on one hand, I'm not looking for something that's going to drag out months and then have this stand and then potentially be proven wrong, being completely as an outsider. On the other hand, if this can be done quickly, and finally, these open issues can be challenged and either found as an issue or put to rest, whatever the truth is. And we just do this. Can this happen in a matter of weeks?
I don't know.
Is it possible in this organization just to have a roundtable conversation in public and we could just put this to bed? Yeah, depending on your interpretation.
Only if we moved into, I think it's a body as a whole type discussion, which would require a vote.
I would second that. I'd love to have just
point of information. Point of information. Do you mean point of information? Do you mean a committee of the whole?
Committee of the whole. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Thank you.
But that doesn't necessarily. That just makes things a little bit messier as far as air traffic control.
What? Messy? I want the truth to be outed. And because I'm convinced until we do that,
Oh, he wants to be outed already.
this is never going to end. At the same time, I don't want the potential appointment of a commission to drag this out for months either. I'm not taking a shot at anyone. I think that's just a common sense solution. So I'll move. Because you guys know how good I am at moving stuff, right? I'll move that this discussion be put to a committee of the whole with regard to a conversation of having a quick, open outsiders investigation.
Just to be clear, okay, I might be confused as to what you were requesting. I thought you wanted a committee of. Okay, I might be. I've been up since 5 a.m. A committee of the whole just allows us to basically speak across from each other. That's all it does. Are you asking? Are you seeking to?
More chaos is the goal.
Are you seeking for the body to look into a third-party auditor? Is that the context of your question?
I'm looking for the body to agree. I don't know how you do this. How do you construct this as a proposal, right? I'm looking for the body to agree to a third-party investigation as long as it is brief and to the point.
There's no chance of it being brief.
I don't know what to say because we're going to ultimately, and this is meant in the spirit of goodwill to all, ultimately this will never end. We have two groups of people with two very distinct points of view, and until, as long as there are questions that remain, even if those questions exist in one group's head, then this is still going to be argued.
It will always exist.
Mr. Ford, would you like me to facilitate a board meeting, not a business meeting, to discuss this topic at some point?
Yes, as soon as possible.
Yes, there are, Rose.
I mean, there's a couple of things that we have to address from tonight with extreme urgency. Of course, the New Mexico situation, but the same urgency needs to be appropriated to this conversation.
All right, you have my commitment on that. I will work with the board to get something going. I'm going to go to the other hands,
Yes,
Mr.
what
Dar,
Rose
and
said.
then Mr. McMahon. I don't believe he's. Well, no, you had spoke. I'll go Mr. Dar, Mr. Martin, Mr. McMahon, Mr. Dar.
Just really quick, as you stated earlier, from the quotes I got previously, it was 10 to 20K to start, and then anywhere from up to 40 to 80K is the upward numbers were on some of the estimates there for it. So those were some of the numbers, though getting an actual new bid would be advisable.
Mr. Martin.
I'm willing to let Mr. Redpath and Mr. McMahon go first, since I've gotten the chance to speak on this. If that's okay, I will yield my time until they're done.
Mr. McMahon, then Mr.
Yielding
Redpath.
works, but
It was just over,
Okay.
I get what Mr. Ford was saying. I think that's a separate thing. Either move to amend this motion to take up hiring somebody else to do it or something like that, or dispense this motion or something like that. But I just wanted to say that I get Mr. Ford. I just wasn't sure what he was wanting to do, but it seems like we've moved on past that. So I have nothing else to say.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes, I mean, the fee quote that seemed reasonable that was put out there, which means it's not going to be quick. We're not, there's no accounting firm or some investigative firm that's going to come in here and turn something around in just a few weeks. That isn't going to happen.
It's going to be months.
I also just have a question here. When did this start? We have 20 minutes on this item. Did it start? How many minutes ago did it start? I think it was 10 minutes ago.
Actually,
we have 9.5
I don't
minutes
like
left.
time limits for
Nine and a
items,
half
but I
minutes
do
left.
enjoy
Thank you.
spicy bill.
Mr. Martin.
I want to just speak really frankly.
Uh-oh.
We all found out this week that this SIC, if implemented in litigation, would never hold up and would probably get us in trouble for not rescinding it.
Did we find that out?
We
How did
learned
we find that out?
something that was extremely troubling from a member of the
When did we learn
SIC
that?
of a nature that could cause us legal and
They're
reputational harm.
they're
if we
accusing
do
Bill
not take
Redpath of being a
Yeah,
Fed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I would love to get the truth out, and I fully support every effort to do so. And the first step of telling the truth is about the lie. We have to retract it. This is not something that is subject to discussion. Even if you think you got one fact right in the report, if you got 10 other facts wrong that are extremely harmful and misrepresenting the situation dramatically, that's a problem. The conflicts of interest, that's a huge problem, a massive problem, an insurmountable one, arguably. This is about telling the truth and doing the right thing. This is not about whether or not you're pro-McCardle or anti-McCardle. It's not about pro-Trump or anti-Trump. And unfortunately, I think
But
that's
it's
what's driving
about
a lot of the
accusing
decision
people
making
of working for George
is
Soros.
political bias and not actually what the truth of it is. Our job as
George
directors
Soros
is to
works
get to
for
the
me.
truth and not to play
Insulting.
politics with this stupid thing. So the reality is we do not
George
need
Soros
something
works for
that
dog
could
treats.
get us
Rob's gonna clip that.
in serious legal trouble and should probably get us in trouble, because what that SIC represents
It
is
can't get
a
us in
frame
trouble.
job. Let's be real.
Because
There's
she's admitted
definitely
she
some
did it.
things that I'd love to see investigated and may be problematic, but it's a maybe. Everything that the SIC
I honestly
showed
believe
us,
that
it
Austin
turns out
believes
is
the
a
things he
very
said.
serious question. And it's crazy to me that
So I don't know that Angela
opinions
wrote
are
any
so
of it,
strong in favor,
because I
that
think
even
generally
with
you can point Austin at a thing
irrefutable
if you get his mind
misrepresentations
working
were
that
made,
way, and he's going to
that
go after
you guys aren't willing to consider rescinding it.
I
Heck,
just like to see his
you're
big
admitted
evidence. He makes
through
big claims. Where's the evidence?
the response in the JC
They showed that
that
they
misrepresentations
showed
may
that
have
Fair
occurred, and
Vote
we're not bound
received
by
a
the
small
statement
amount
of
from George
principles to
Soros,
not lie to
and that
people,
Bill had worked for
which
Fair
is
Vote
ridiculous. That is a ridiculous
so
argument. That's not a
that's the idea that
mischaracterization.
there's
That is
a
literally what it says in no
conflict of interest.
unambiguous. It's unambiguously clear. And so it's ridiculous to me that we're sitting here having this discussion. You guys wanted to whack me on the head with the statement of principles for saying I should get rid of socialism in the party, and I think we should.
Here we
Because it's a
go.
problem. So I'm not in support of
Again,
maintaining
big
this
claims.
any longer. It's a active threat to our reputation.
ChatGPT likely.
And I believe it actually ties into some of what we're dealing with on other
ChatGPT
matters.
would be
because this is not a
more bland, but
standalone
also more
issue.
coherent than this.
And as I pointed out before,
But
one
he
of
likes
the
to
members
use
of the SIC
ChatGPT
is
for his
caught in a
basis.
conflict that is so scandalous that it actually dwarfs anything McCardle was doing, in my
I actually see a lot of the Mises people not liking
Where's
ChatGPT, and
the
so I'm in
evidence?
agreement with them on
And
that.
I'm not just talking about the Soros connection.
Evidence.
Mr.
Evidence.
Redpath, if you want
Evidence.
to talk about the payments
just
that you received and
talks
speak
and
in your
talks.
defense, I'm open to that. I'm happy to hear anything you have to say about it. But I don't understand why you were getting paid in New Mexico by other people while you were on our dime, and why that wasn't disclosed.
Mr. Martin, this isn't germane to the motion,
It is.
and it's
That's a conflict.
accusatory.
That was
No, it's not
undisclosed.
germane.
That was undisclosed to the SIC. So
This
that's
is
germane.
you're accusing
He is a
another
member of
LNC
the
member.
SIC, and he had a conflict of interest by receiving money from one of the parties that were directly involved in the investigation. He is both a fact witness and should have been a subject of the investigation if it was being conducted under an equal standard.
Hey, Austin, let's move it along.
Mr. Martin,
Evidence.
Mr. Redpath, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I move the previous question.
Spicy.
So go to a vote.
This is just incredible.
Is there a second
Spicy Bill
end
Redpath
debate?
read me a story if I feel
Yes,
sick.
a second.
All right, any objection? Hearing none, we'll go ahead to a ballot. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
Given I did not say,
Mr.
Redpath,
Bowler.
your voice is really
No.
hot, and my co-anchor would really like to hear it.
I
as
did
best
not
as
say
possible.
his voice was hot. I said I wanted to hear him read me a bedtime story.
Oh, yes.
We all
Like a
Vice Chair
genuine
Doran.
bedtime story
No.
for small children.
Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain.
You coward.
Ms. Hayes.
Pass real quick.
Mr. Nebel.
Nay.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
I vote no. Mr. Hirsch.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Chair Nikayla, I'm going to come back to you.
Yeah.
Ms. Hayes.
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Nikayla.
I vote no.
The vote is 2 yes, 9 no, and 2 abstentions.
Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn.
All right, is there a second?
Yes.
Any objection to adjournment? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 9:33 p.m. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening.
Good Lord.
The recording has stopped.
Oh my goodness gracious. And with that.
Well, that was a thing that happened.
It was indeed a thing that happened.
Yeah, so what was accomplished?
A waste of everyone's time.
So Kyle is more optimistic on this with New Mexico. I do not find the LNC looking as though it is gearing up to take action against LP New Mexico to be at all conducive to reconciliation. We have been speaking with people in LP New Mexico who are absolutely willing to reconcile with National and with the efforts of the party. If our efforts
Absolutely, Meredith.
take the party forward post Reno reaction are successful. And everything that the LNC has done with regard to litigation against New Mexico has made that more and more and more difficult. So all of this posturing, all of this tail fluffing is not helpful to any of that and makes that work a heck of a lot harder. So
agreed.
I and I don't have any confidence in XCOM killing that.
So, re Meredith's point, of LPA, I've been probably the person who's given Austin the most leeway, who's tried to reach out and talk to him to show him like the errors, the erroneous shit that he said. And it was Keith Thompson, Dustin. And like there's no question, the things he's saying right now are just lies. They're not based in reality, and I say that as someone who absolutely wants an external investigation. It's and who understands how expensive that is and how dangerous that could be for the LP and everything else. Like I'm of the mind that trying to cleanse the things in sunlight is the way overall here. So a lot of the things that Austin says strike very strongly for me. It's like, oh yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's what I mean though, is if he's going to make a bunch of big claims, at some point, I mean, you have to show evidence, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're just ranting and wasting everyone's time. Show us the evidence. Show
He
us
thinks
what
he
you have.
has. He thinks that he has.
Right, but he doesn't.
He's like the Charlie Day meme with with Pepe Silva on the wall.
Oh, right. Yep.
That's what he thinks is the evidence. It's got
With
George
the red
Soros.
string.
Yeah, George Soros. What was it? Fair vote. Bill Redpath is evidence.
It
Wesley, sorry, what were you gonna say?
There's nothing there. It like this week we've watched me saying that we should go out and make sure that ICE isn't doing terrible things and be armed while doing so to make it clear to ICE that like we are going to stand for the rights of people. That's been turned into this concept that I'm Antifa and far left and everything else. There's just nothing there. There's no truth to be had. And that's really unfortunate.
Wesley, that doesn't sound crazy. It's difficult to follow. So LP New Mexico kind of splintered and went to join the Liberal Party after the Reno reaction. There was a second Libertarian Party oriented state chapter, and again, having these actually be state chapters rather than affiliates would help this quite a bit. But there was another group that's called the Free Party of New Mexico, or the Free. I think it's just the Free Party. Yeah,
Free State.
Free State Party. Okay, that is then recognized as the Libertarian Party of New Mexico so far as national is concerned. Since then, obviously, there's been back and forth on copyright infringement because honestly, LP New Mexico preceded National and was one of the first to join National. And we have been in talks with some of the people in LP New Mexico who are willing to come back to National and not compete with National in terms of candidates. That requires National not being idiots. And they've been idiots. So we are kind of doing some middlemaning. National is not really willing to talk with New Mexico. So to the point that New Mexico is now saying, well, we don't know how much effort we want to make to talk with National. They have a willingness to leave Liberal Party stuff, come back to Libertarian Party stuff if we are successful in LPA and in LP Solidarity. This is really complicating the efforts, kicking the can down the road. Or we're going to send a cease and desist letter. We're going to threaten litigation. We're going to have someone else prepare a thing to threaten litigation. We're going to vote on it later. It's cowardly bullshit. It's cowardly bullshit. I would argue, Meredith, that a lot of folks on the LNC are holding the party hostage.
We know at least two of them.
Well, yeah. They did, and then that was before we talked with them.
Yeah.
They did indeed refuse to talk to Paul Dare. We have since, yeah, me too. Thank you. See, Sam actually thinks it sounds better.
It definitely sounds better than yesterday. Just not the singing voice.
That's true.
The situation blows.
It's very tiring. It makes the work a lot harder. Like the XCOM could help here, the LNC could help here, and just say, we are willing to talk. We are willing to do this.
Damn it, Jake.
We can mediate, but
yeah, let's hear Irish Amanda right now.
I don't know if I can do an Irish brogue with a bad with a sore throat. Can't do it. Bill is making fun of something from Molotov Cocktail Hour last night. It's fine. And if you are not part of Molotov Cocktail Hour, you need to join the LPA Discord, and you will have the Zoom link to Molotov Cocktail Hour as of this moment, free of Zoom bombings. You've had 0 Zoom bombings. So join up.
I don't know. I've been there.
It's true.
Like my problem, and we've talked about it before on here, so like I'm hopefully not saying anything new to folks. Like LPA keeps being told, well, we can't do X, Y, or Z because they won't talk to us, and we just go have conversations with people and they listen.
We just got them on the phone, or actually on Zoom. Partly because we have great people in LPA who do have these contacts and have these connections, right? Like this isn't just us working magic. We've got awesome folks in LPA who are able to reach out.
Absolutely true. But it's, we do keep offering to help the LNC. So, it's one of those when we're offering, like, we recognize the LNC is overwhelmed and that there's stuff that has to be done that they can't currently pay for. We have offered to do it. We've offered to volunteer to do it, and we can't get good responses on it. Keith points out that in fairness, the anal pleasuring was indicative of the meeting itself, which is true. Meredith points out that she found out someone from LP California got paid by Soros 10 years ago for some shit they were working on for legalizing marijuana, and that she doubts us would see a problem with that. That's exactly true. This is people who are willing to shoot the entire party for their own political stance. And it's wild that Austin points that out, because Austin's doing it. Which sucks. It sucks whenever anyone's doing it. So, what I've learned tonight is that I'm sad, and that I should have played the LNC drinking game.
That might have helped. That might have helped me to go faster.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels very much like it's just going in a circle, right? Because I remember you guys offering to fundraise even for an investigation. I know I pledged to it, so I know that happened, and it was very much that it's too expensive, and like here we are again. It's like just over and over.
I got to agree with Karen Ann too. Austin tried to gaslight everyone that they were doing Darvo by doing Darvo.
This is a common tactic, right? Like, I mean, again, denial of the proposition is affirmation of the proposition. You can very, very easily say that someone is doing Darvo, and in fact, you're the one who's doing Darvo. It doesn't mean anything. If you've dealt with shit like this, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, so the thing with Soros, right? I want to make sure that I have it right. The complaint is that he did work for an organization that George Soros once gave money to. Is that correct?
Yes. That's Bill Redpath.
So that's crazy. If people know how political work is funded, I mean, that's nuts. I mean, someone like Soros, he's going to donate God knows how much. He's not running the organization, though.
Exactly. No, it's ridiculous. It's trying to find something. It's throwing spaghetti at the wall in terms of the accusations. And I think that Austin genuinely does believe it, which is even more disturbing. Like, this is some kind of smoking gun, that Bill Redpath once worked for an organization that, yeah, Bill Redpath deserves better smears too. But
we don't need to know what you
Yeah.
would do to Bill Redpath, okay?
For real.
I didn't mean like that. But he deserves better smear campaigns.
Also, you know, a lot of you have connections with Bill Redpath. We've tried to talk with him.
I think he might be afraid of me, to tell you the truth. At this point,
legitimately, if anybody can get Bill's ear, we'd love to talk with him.
More than just his ear, actually. I don't just want Bill's disembodied ear sitting in front of a camera. That would be very disturbing for me.
I don't know. I just think that an accusation that big, again, requires some kind of evidence. And I'm sorry, I don't think that it's evidence if you're just pointing at an organization that Soros once gave money to. That could be anything. I mean, what's the purpose of the organization?
Yeah. And Soros is a huge donor. Like, I mean, you have any cause whatsoever. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, you know, what's the cause of the organization? It could be something completely benign. It has nothing to do with this. That can't be enough of a reason when he doesn't run the organization and had no input on what was going on. I mean, he just threw a donation that way.
So, sorry to interrupt the actual conversation. Karen Ann pointed out that Bill doesn't do drama stuff. And she doesn't mean that pejoratively, but he wouldn't do anything public with her either. We just want to interview him, right?
I want to clarify. I don't actually have a crush on Bill Redpath. I really like his voice. I think he's got a nice voice, and it is a comforting voice. This has gotten twisted into me having some creepy crush on Bill Redpath. I just want him to do a radio show. That's all.
A radio show exclusively for her in her bedroom.
So that's the irritating thing, right? I
It doesn't sound irritating. His voice is great.
I understand why he wouldn't want to get in it. I totally get it. I understand that. But that also just gives someone the power to say these things over and over again.
Yep.
I mean, at some point, present what you're talking about. I know, like, I'm spazzing out maybe a little bit about
it's
that.
fine.
But, like, how can you say something over and over again and you offer no evidence?
Karen
so happy
Ann,
about this.
Damn
Thank
you.
you, Karen Ann.
Damn you. I don't have a creepy crush on you, Bill. If you're watching this, I just like your voice. By the way, so Keith is saying that the cause was ballot access for third parties for fair vote. So again, that sounds fairly better than benign. It's something that we want, right? So that seems to be what George Soros donated to.
Exactly. That's the entire point, right? It's that you're pointing at something that really doesn't have anything. I mean, it's third party access. That's it. What's the problem?
I don't get it. I mean, you know, right now there's a campaign to smear all of LPA as some far leftist Antifa monstrosity. And we're just libertarians, right? Like, it's our whole goal is like, yes, we are anti-fascists, but the red herring concept of whatever boogeyman they see Antifa as, it's not us. We just want the party to be great. We want libertarians to be great.
It seems to me that the ones that are getting this thrown at them the most is really anyone that might oppose what the federal government is doing. That's enough. Just not agreeing with them or opposing them, that's enough to get you called some kind of radical leftist or Antifa. That's crazy. We're libertarians.
Yep. And it's wild because, like, I'm not an anarchist.
Rose, that's because RCV stands for Radical Communist Victory.
I'm going to bring back your nickname from earlier.
They seceded. They were Russians.
Yeah, Jesse did say it properly. Her on Wednesday, she pointed out that it's neo-McCarthyism being leveled against members of the party. Like, obviously, whenever you make an accusation without evidence, like you're being an idiot, so I'm being an idiot. I'm admitting this up front. Amanda will tell you that this is not surprising because I'm always an idiot, and that's just how it is. But what we're seeing here, what we're watching happen, is a group that's coming in, riding on uniparty money, trying to tear down parts of the party from the inside. I don't have, I make fun of Hoppians all the time, but honestly, Hoppians who are going to work for the party, great, awesome. If you want to work on the same things as me, I'll work beside you, even if I think that your ideology is insane. That's, we preach solidarity every week about this fact. If you are someone who will get active, get work done, and everything else, we want to work with you. The idea that we should be turning our anger at the state inward to tear ourselves apart and to tear each other apart is just so tiring. It's such nonsense.
Dustin, the Socialist Party is LPA Molotov Cocktail Hour. That's why we give ourselves the socialist code names. That's why you should come. Good night, Kiernan.
Good night, Kiernan. The Molotov Cocktail Hour, we realized that, everything that LPA does internally is work, right? And so it was we need to actually have some time to get closer to each other where we're not screaming at each other. And so we should work on this. We should have sort of the happy hours or any of those things, but for LPA, for the people who are working on this together, kind of like your work cocktail hours, for
but
any
better.
place that's but better. And a lot of good libertarian shit gets discussed, which is great. But since
and we
so
get
many
to
of us have
laugh
been
at the
called-
stuff from the past week, which is what Kyle's getting toward.
Yeah, since we've been called leftist so many times, we've taken to adding various funny names for ourselves. So that is just,
And if you join
Is
us,
this the one on? Is this on Friday nights you're talking about?
this is Saturday night. So we actually didn't want to compete with LP Cocktail Hour or Happy Hour. We have the Molotov Cocktail Hour. So we did Saturday, and it's Saturday. It starts at 8 Eastern. And it's just a really cool hangout. We do have breakout rooms sometimes. One of them is the Gulag. I send people there when I'm upset with them. But no, join our Discord, discord.gg/LP-Alliance.
Yeah, I'm in the Discord. I'm just not very good at keeping up.
Yeah, no,
I'll make sure to send you a link personally this week.
that was for everyone, generally speaking, but it would be great to see you in Molotov Cocktail Hour and elsewhere.
We had some other proposed names that were also good, but as soon as someone suggested Molotov Cocktail
That
Hour,
was Kristen Walker.
That's correct.
You mean that? You really mean that wasn't just for me?
It was
so rude. So rude.
I apologize. I'm now extending an invitation just to you. Please come to Cocktail Hour.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Also, don't you write? You should write for the Torch.
Actually, I do. And there's something that I'm working on right now that I was going to send over to you, actually. So
Please do. Please do. Get at me on either X or via Discord, or you can email me. Any one of those works. That would be awesome. We're always looking for writers for the Torch, so I'd be excited for that.
Except for me. She doesn't allow me to write anymore.
I don't allow. That's not true. I allow you to write. I just reject what you send me, but I allow you to write.
She doesn't allow me to write for the Torch.
It's not exactly true.
just rejected, huh?
Kyle has been just rejected, but it was for a particular reason. Like, he wrote an article that was no longer timely, and
it was
very long.
She'd been asking me to write it for literally a month, and I finally
And he
wrote
sent it to me, and I was like, I can't do anything with this now. I'm sorry. Ken, actually, yes, please do that. I would love for you to write something for on ballot access for the torch. That'd be rad.
Absolutely. It like the torch is for argument.
Yeah.
The torch is for you to come out and try to convince people that your beliefs are right.
I've
That's
published
big.
things that I do not agree with on the torch because it's not like it is zero. It is not the Amanda Journal. It is the Libertarian Party's the Liberty. We want to make the Liberty Movement's radical new voice. So it is so far beyond any one of us in terms of the submissions that we accept.
It's
Well, that's good.
yeah.
I mean,
and-
seriously, it is. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. We Mises called us out for having a rag of a publication, and it was like, we're actually publishing from. We had more than 100 articles published in the first month from 15-ish different authors.
We're now up to like, we're way more than that now. But yeah.
Like there's a lot of varied thought there.
I think I published like 3 today alone, since I finally got my computer back somewhat, or a computer back.
Someone's computer back.
Yeah.
But you know, if if we had a way to like get paid for our daily work here, I think both of us would just never get a day job again.
It's
and that
absolutely
would be
true. It is absolutely true.
That's true for a lot of LPA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're in
that's
this
the
because we
struggle
believe
with political work, period. Yep.
Right. Right.
Well, unless you're Republican, they have loads of cash.
That is true.
I mean, it's just true.
DNC does too, but like, yeah, GOP and DNC both.
Oh, yeah, for
So-
sure. DNC, too. They love a good consultant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, anybody who's watching this that's not part of the LPA Discord or who wants to help with ballot initiatives like LP Solidarity, etc., let us know. We will get you in touch with whoever's working in your state, whoever's working in your area. When Amanda was mad with the LNC at the beginning tonight, where they were doing the 2-minute reports, and she was like, why are people not telling the ways to get involved in these things? That's great work, but why aren't they telling us how to get involved in
My
these things?
throat was really sore. I was really angry. But yeah.
She's serious. We want everybody who watches any of our shit to be helping. And it doesn't matter if we agree with you.
And we want you to tell us like how you can help too, because the best thing for me is learning a new way to do the work that I haven't thought of before. And if someone comes to me and says, you know, I've thought about, you know, doing it this way, and then they've got a set of skills and a set of talents, then I want to build something that allows them to use those skills and those talents. So yeah, to tell us what we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see something like that grow. I mean, just to be serious for a moment, I think it's really important right now.
Yeah.
That there is something out there like that, you know?
Yeah. And like we argue too. Well, no, I was saying, so like in the beginning of the show, I was being snippy with Chuck. I was arguing with Joe. That's like, that is what we do. We do that all the time. We go back and forth. It doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you. It doesn't mean that any of us don't want to talk to each other. It's like, no, look, we care about these ideas. We care about our success as a party. So let's fight it out on the merits of the idea, not on whether you're a shitty person like Kyle. I even argue with Kyle, and Kyle's terrible.
Oh,
so yeah.
It's true. I hate that guy.
But no, we very frequently disagree. And honestly, some of the best stuff that we've had has come from those disagreements.
It's one of the things too, like, so, and some things aren't disagreements, right? Like where there's a project we're spinning up right now that I'm not going to tell too much about until it's out there. But Tom Rowlett had this brilliant idea for something that's remotely similar to Ballotpedia.
Ages ago. Like when when LPA first started. Yeah.
And so we're building it this month. Some time is kind of freed up. We've got some abilities to get some things done. And so it's getting built. And, you know, Tom had his vision and has started to have meetings with folks, and I'm able to do some website work, and so I'm being pulled into this one, and it's happening. So people will be able to see information from candidates and everything. The things you want to see from the LNC, they will tell you right now. There's not the money, there's not the time, there's not anything else. That's fine. If they can't do it, we're going to. It's that simple. It doesn't matter if the money or time or anything else is there, because we're all insane.
No, Rose.
No. You know what I'm good at, Rose? Punching holes in walls. And I'm gonna actually tell a story on this one. I've punched holes in walls only in my own house. Never out of anger with wife. Only out of anger with external people. I was
one of them.
No.
Okay.
Someone was telling me that the way that I was fixing my car was wrong, and I was already grumpy, and I kept asking them to shut up for a minute. And I finally threw a water bottle across the room, right through the wall. And I was arguing with someone one time and put my hand against the wall too hard and went through the wall. And he was like, "Oh, good. Now you've put your hand through the wall." And I was like, "This is my fucking house. I'll do what I want." Put my entire arm through a different spot of the wall. And I was like, "That was really dumb. That was really dumb." So, right? It's not my fault that drywall is my enemy. This is why I want a house with plaster.
Don't know how to respond to that.
You see Amanda's disappointment? Me too, Amanda. Me too.
You should just rent. You shouldn't have a house. Don't get a house.
I like my house.
That sounds like violent Antifa rage again.
Yeah. He does have that.
It's true.
What is that? Stop. There we go. Why is my camera fuzzy? I just became 6 pixels. The hell? There we go.
It's true. So whoever just scanned support the LPA link, thank you very much. We appreciate you. We can see if someone scans, but not anything else. So don't worry that we're stalking you down. I need to become like a sage? Do you mean that I need to become green and kind of leafy? Okay.
But seriously, our movement is stronger because of all of you. And when we get people in LPA, it's really one of the coolest feelings to watch it grow and to watch it become better because of who you all are. So thank you. And please continue submitting the torch. I have my computer back now, and I'm not actively dying from whatever is going on with my voice.
She's not dying as quickly.
I'm not. No. So yes, submit to the torch.
You do sound kind of miserable. Are you going to be okay?
I'm going to be fine. I sound worse than I feel. Again, Kyle knows because yesterday I did not have a voice at all during the early part of the day. So I was just whispering at him on the phone, which was probably not great for my voice. But yes, I'll be fine.
I hate that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Is there anything else?
So I will catch you. We'll catch everybody soon.
Wednesday Solidarity stream, Thursday the business list. We'll talk soon.